Slide on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Slide on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Tryna find that gold. Slide on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Slide on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Tryna find that gold. Living for diamonds and finding a match. Broken, I'm bummy, but still got some cash. Making it dash when I'm running up past. Can't calm down, don't know how to relax. Belly the beast, ripping the beat. Killer cam, killer OD. Gunning up cheese, gunning up cheese. Hey, what you want from me? Me, you and your friends got a party at my place. Just bring all your girls, shawty. I can't hardly wait, yeah, I try. No lie, let's get real, like right now, yeah, I try. No lie. God damn it, I'm fucked. Yeah. Slide on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Slide on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Tryna find that gold. Slide on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Slide on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Tryna find that gold. Sipping on the bottle, got the next round. Mommy wanna get it, ain't no test ride. Feeling like you lifted with the best right here. Yeah, keep killing the shit. Yeah. Getting cold feet, baby, no more. Slipping on my always ready to fall. Call me when you wanna, baby, blow my phone. Hey, say less if you're ready, let go. You and your friends got a party at my place. Just bring all your girls, shawty. I can't hardly wait, yeah, I try. No lie, let's get real, like right now, yeah, I try. No lie. God damn it, I'm fucked. Slide on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Slide on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Tryna find that gold. Slide on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Slide on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Tryna find that gold. Tryna find that gold. Tryna find that gold. Baby, don't wait me. Got a brand new phone. Baby, don't wait me. Tryna find that gold. Baby, don't wait me. Got a brand new phone. Baby, don't wait me. Push my buttons, come and let me know. And we'll speed dial and put the time on hold. Glass half empty, but tonight's so full.
Punch me in the boob, bombs.
Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Tryna find that gold. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Tryna find that gold. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Tryna find that gold. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. Got a brand new phone. Side on the corner, feeling brand new dope. God damn it, I'm fucked.
Hard to ignore all the things we said. I wish I could change it. Hello. Hi, welcome everybody to another live stream. Hopefully a live stream. Hopefully my net doesn't cut out completely while we're streaming here tonight, because I have noticed since we got home that our internet connection was sort of like jumpy and it was like really weird. And it's just one of those things that like sometimes happens. So I wasn't too worried about it when we first got back. But what ended up happening is I ran a couple speed tests. And as I said last night, our internet is going at about a third of the speed that I'm paying for. And the ping is like really high. The stability is like super, super bad. And as a result, I had to make a maintenance call. I had to make a maintenance call to Greenlight, who is the fiber optic provider in our area that we switched over to from Spectrum. And honestly, even with all these issues, this is way better than Spectrum ever was, even when Spectrum was providing like the full service that they promised. But I called the tech, and he literally started fucking laughing. He went, "Holy shit, I've never seen a signal this weak before." He goes, "I don't know what the hell's going on." Actually, I think that we're going to have to actually put this screen up until I stop dropping frames here. Hello to everyone joining, by the way. Thank you so much, Brooke, for the 20 months. Ina with a full year to El Rookie Beebs. That's really nice of you. Thank you very, very much. Hello to everyone joining in. A lot of familiar names here. Thank you for a full freaking year of subs. El Rookie Beebs, make sure you're saying thanks to Ina because that's a full year of emotes and sub badge. That is a fucking ton. That's crazy. Lurking, all good, Jinx. But yeah, so he was just like, he's like, in the 10 years that this company has been a thing, I've never seen someone signal this weak or this messed up. I don't know what's going on. So we did like a couple of troubleshooting things. I like physically examined like the fiber cable.
Oh wow. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. Girbeagly, thank you to all the kind people that gifted subs. I never paid for a single one.
Damn.
This community. Love you, Brian.
You're really riding off the generosity of this community then. That's a really, really big thing to acknowledge. Absolutely. You guys are incredible to each other. Thank you so much, Sharmua, for sticking around for the full year. That's wild. That is absolutely wild that you were here for a full year. Got the Jolteon badge. Thank you very much, though, for sticking around that long and being able to even get any of those gifted subs as a result. Whiplash, thank you for the 14 months. That's really cool of you. Thank you. I'm super, super happy that you enjoy the vibes here. IDK Bubble Juice, thank you very much for the gifted sub. To Jimin, you got no jams. Very, very kind of you. Jimin, if you're here, make sure that you are saying thank you to Bubble Juice because that is one of the most generous things, as we were just touching on a moment ago, that this community is very well known for. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So the curse of bad internet issues continues. Not really sure what happens. The guy on the phone had me like physically examine what I could see of the fiber cable. And there wasn't any sort of like bends in it or any sort of like damage that I could see. But I can't really see the outside part of it because it runs all the way across like our parking lot to a telephone pole. So I can't like really, see the outside stuff as much. So they're sending out a tech, but the tech unfortunately can't get here until tomorrow afternoon, which is when I will be doing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament live stream. So I hope my signal holds out during that. Otherwise, my opponent's going to have like a really fucking good time. Very easy time. And I hope that the the worker doesn't come here during that because I won't be able to be like, yeah, just reset my internet right now. Because like I need it. I'll be using whatever semblance of an internet signal I have at the time. So I don't know what's going to happen. I hope that they can fix it tomorrow. I hope I don't have to have like Morgan turn them away at the door while I'm doing the live stream. But we're trying to figure it out. It's kind of a nightmare. It's like the worst possible timing. But we'll see what happens. I also have like sponsored work due that I like can't really upload right now. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Hopefully the audio's not cutting out right now or anything like that. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hope they can fix it before the live stream. Yeah, they're not going to make it before the live stream. That's one thing that I really don't like about the new company that we're working with is even though they offer a better service. Thank you, by the way, for letting me know audio is good. You guys are awesome. Even though they offer a better service, we've had way less issues with them, etc. Also, by the way, guys, thank you. Level 5 hype train already. Holy shit. Thank you so much for that, to anyone who's contributing to that. Seriously. Mochi, thank you for the 11 months.
You're doing well.
There you go. There's a good example of the signal being really bad is freaking the voice. Justin didn't even read that out right away. But thank you for the Prime for 11 months. It's a long time to use that. Thank you. Those of you who have Prime, thank you so much for your generosity. I know you guys only get one of those a month, so thank you so much. But one of the things is they're like a way smaller company. So what happens is if I call in with an issue, I'm guessing maybe like 10 people that like work in the office that I call into. So yeah, it is one of those things where like they aren't able to schedule. I even called. So earlier I had to do a tech check today for the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. and I had to be like, hey guys, my internet's really bad. I'm going to be like cutting in and out here. Like my face cam probably isn't going to have like a really clean stream or anything like that. And they were like, that's fine. That's fine. Hopefully it works better tomorrow. We'll see. And what ended up happening was we ended around like 4 p.m. and Greenlight, the fiber optic company that I work with, doesn't close till 5. So I gave them a call. It was my second call of the day. And I was like, hey, I know I talked to you guys earlier and we scheduled like a guy to come out tomorrow, but can you have them come out like right now? Like I know that you guys are closing in an hour, but if you have a guy who's like in the area already, he can just swing by and take a look at my shit for like this last hour of work time, like that'd be really, really nice. And they were like, no, we can't do that. And I was like, that's understandable. That's fine. I mean, that was a last second thing. So as an alternative, can I please schedule for that person to either show up here at my house at like 7 or 8 a.m. to get this shit fixed? Or can I have them not show up until like after 3 p.m.? And they were like, we can't do that. We're so sorry. The blocks that we offer of like maintenance time are from 7 a.m. to noon or 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And they can show up at any time between whichever of those two blocks you pick. And I was like, that's not convenient at all for me. I have a work thing that would be really crappy for them to accidentally interrupt. I can't really do that, and I can't have them like do that for the morning block or the afternoon block because the thing that I'm doing like takes up that whole block of time. So really kind of crappy, rock in a hard place type of thing that just doesn't make me happy at all. But I'm doing my best to work with what I got.
We are all cogs in the capitalism. The rich are invading the Earth's sphere. My cat is an arms dealer, and the washing machine broke.
Oh boy, Randy, thank you very, very much for the 32 months. That's a really long ass time. Thank you, really appreciate that a lot. Whiplash, thanks for the gifted sub to Gamer Nova as well. Gamer Nova, if you're here, make sure that you're saying thanks to Whiplash because that's a really nice thing to do. Thank you very, very much for your support. Yeah, but that's sort of like the situation I'm in right now. I was like really hoping that it was just like a weird blip or something, but it has been the past couple days we've been sort of dealing with this. Yesterday's stream, I don't know why that one worked, and then today it was just like all over the place, and allegedly the weakest internet signal the tech guy I called had ever seen in his life. I don't know how that happened. Especially because before Morgan and I left, the internet was working, you know, we were having some connectivity issues during stream, but it wasn't like super, super bad except for that one stream where it was actually on Twitch's side. Like the internet was working fine. Our speeds were like 300 up, 300 down, like at the lowest, I think, at that time. And I ran a speed test earlier today. So, like, we don't know what changed in that week. Like, maybe there was a big windstorm that hit one of the fiber optic cables or whatever the fuck. I don't know. But I ran a speed test earlier today, and I was getting 30 up and 30 down. With a jitter, which is like a stability thing. If it's above 5, it's a bad number. It was a 27. So, not exactly the best, like, thing to have if you need like a steady image or good audio or anything like that. If like my voice gets like robotic or anything during this or the whole stream cuts out, please just let me know. It is my internet side of things right now. And we're not really sure what happened. Like maybe a squirrel jumped up there and chewed on the fiber optic cable or something, but hopefully it does like stabilize at least a little bit so that I'm able to do some Little Nightmares tonight. That's what the plan was. I really wanted to do some Little Nightmares tonight, but if right now we're sitting at around 5,000 drop frames, which is like 10% of the stream's frames that have been dropped in the past 14 minutes. So not really, not a great metric. Not my favorite like statistics to see on my screen right now. So yeah, I don't know. Just one of those things where I've been frustrated about this literally all day. Twitch was being a dick that day? Yeah, Twitch was being a huge dick that day. Like, legitimately weird, like, rerouting my signal through Chicago. What? Why? because I'm like actually upset by this and you're being kind of a jerk. So that's why. That's the type of stream we're having right now. We are going to hopefully have some gameplay tonight, but we'll do like a little bit of chatty time. We'll do a tiny bit of chatty time. So I hope that can resolve itself, but I've been monitoring this all day and it hasn't been fun. It really hasn't, especially when, you know, this is something that like I rely on as like literally every aspect of my job, uploading clips for, you know, like sponsors, doing live streams, doing voice acting stuff. Like my whole job relies on this. And the fact that it's going to mess up a humongous sponsored opportunity tomorrow with the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament thing really is awful. Something that really bothers me a lot. So kind of a bummer. Joey Jam, hello, hi, welcome. Mushroom Megan, hello as well. Hi. For now, though, we are just going to chat with our just chatting screen up here, and I will continue to monitor this. But again, the weird stability issue thing, I don't know what would cause that. I don't know if anyone here works in internet, like in internet service, like providing or anything, but it's really kind of fucking killing my groove. So I don't know. I do hope the internet gets better. I'll try to send all my bandwidth to you. Yeah, I don't even know if it's not a bandwidth thing is what the guy told me. He said it wasn't like a bandwidth issue. It was straight up, for whatever reason, the signal that they're sending through my fiber optic cable is super, super weak. And he doesn't know why, and he wasn't able to fix it on his end. It's something they like physically have to come out and do. So like a really weird thing. Very, very weird thing. But God, I just want it to be fixed. I want to be able to like hang out and have fun with people and not just like hit live and then be sad and bitch the whole time. I thought that like on a whim, if I hit start streaming, that things would be like fine. But unfortunately, as you guys can see from the screen that's up there, this is what we're dealing with right now. So yeah, sending best internet signal vibes. Yeah, I need them. I really do. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, this is the, like, second time, maybe third time we've had, like, any sort of big issue with this internet provider versus, like, those of you who have been around since the Spectrum days where you got to watch me basically just not stream for months at a time because the internet wouldn't let me connect at all. This is much better than that, but still not great. So, yeah, not the best thing. You had no internet last night? Oh my God, that sucks, Brie. I'm so sorry. Send my own support, but I'm stuck with Xfinity. Yeah, I hear bad things about Xfinity. My friend has, I think I was telling the story last night, she has Cox internet. And when Cox goes down, they make you do like their digital phone and like TV through the same service. So like her internet went down and it knocked out her phone and TV as well. So that was like pretty crappy. So ISPs all around right now are just doing stinky things, which isn't my favorite. But sorry to hear that happened to you, Bree, especially if it interferes with like work. That is just so frustrating. Your hair looks really good tonight. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. We did have chat parties while you called Spectrum. I remember it well. Yeah, that was your, like, the origin of the screen was just the nightmare that was Spectrum. So I guess we're getting a little bit of nostalgia going right now, you know? Hello, Corey. Thank you for the raid. I'm Junior raid. God, every time. Welcome, Corey. I hope that you had a good stream. I really do. The creatures of the Forest of Secrets are here to vibe with you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, it's one of those nights I definitely need good vibes because this internet thing has been a nightmare. And the fact that I, like, straight up begged on the phone. I was not mean at all. I did not, like, Karen out at all with, like, the customer service person. I was straight up, like, I think the nicest I've ever been to another human being in my life because I, like, really wanted them to be on my side and help me out. Like, it still didn't work. They were like, sorry, we close our offices at 5, and your signal is really bad, and we don't know why. But it's something on, like, maybe our equipment's end, so good luck until we send out a person who will only be able to be there when it's time for you to do work, so good luck. Just a bummer. Ina, good lord, thank you very much for the 20. I'm going to take a strike for this on purpose. 20 gifted subs is not something you need to do during a stream where all I've been doing is complaining to 30 people on this screen. That's really nice of you, though. Thank you very, very much. We got Startled Starfish, Hazel, Like the Color, Linthari, Captain Clark, Maggie Mayhem, ADHD, BB, Chaos is in, Valpire, Emmy Claire, Bisexual Moss, Your Doll Cleo, Country Cub, I like that name, that's cute, Bailey Burns, Hannah Lagura, Immortal Learner, Mia Brex, Ria Vash, hey, Vash got one, Secret Person 17, Brosepang, and Ruby. If any of you just got a gifted sub, please, please, please say thank you to Ina, because that is really, really nice. Corey, thank you so much for all those bits as well. That is just a lot. You said you needed good vibes, so I want to say, well, the good vibes are just hanging out with chat. Like, honestly, like, the good vibes are going to just, like, naturally happen while we're chilling out here. Hopefully, as long as the audio doesn't cut out. The guy did tell me, like, I was explaining to him, I was like, I'm a full-time live streamer, and I need, like, an upload speed that's, like, not only 30, that sometimes dips to, like, 10. I need that to be way higher. And he was like, good luck. And I was like, awesome, guy, that's really nice. Guess I can't do anything. But it's one of those things where, as long as the audio's here, as long as you guys can engage with the conversation going on, then we can hopefully have a good time tonight. We'll be lurking most of the stream trying to multitask. Have a good night, everyone. Limepie, take care. Kia Limepie. Oh my god, I'm always like, I question how to say your name and I don't know why. My brain can't retain it. It doesn't have enough folds. I'm so sorry. But enjoy your lurk. I get to dog sit my mom's friend's old Labrador right now. I'm baking the sweet old girl biscuits tomorrow. Savvy K, that's so cute. I love when people make like pet snacks and treats for pets. It's like so cute. I said it right. I'm so glad I was able to, because I am not the best with names, as people know. Anyway, chat. I guess I'm just going to change the stream to just chatting so that people know that we're probably not doing this second. I'm going to call this Little Nightmares 2. No, I'm going to call this Good Internet Waiting Room as the title of the stream now. All right, there we go. Hopefully, I don't know. We shall see what happens tonight, guys. Give me 1 second here as I just update stuff. That is so bad, and apparently it won't be fixed until tomorrow. So we're just chatting with the just chatting screen. Come say hi. There we go. That big old social media update that we all know and love. All right, well, enough bitching from me. I just had to explain the situation because, again, I did plan on doing Little Nightmares. I really did. I was so excited to do some Little Nightmares. And if this doesn't get, more stable in the next, I don't know, however long I decide to stream, then we might not be able to do that. Once, hey, what's up? Who is this imposter? The Mogus. I am a Mogus. What can I say? As a big Amogus, it do be who I am. Anyway, chat. While we're waiting, if you have some good news, please feel free to share it with me right now and the rest of chat. We'd love to celebrate you. Something to take our minds off of this nightmare that I'm trapped in constantly. It would be wonderful to hear your good news if you have any. If you got good plans coming up here on the weekend, you just got a promotion. If you're still riding the high from your last good news, we want to definitely hear a lot of that and celebrate that with you right now. Good news, today marks 1 month I've been on hormones. Yeah, Bree, you were telling us that last night. That is really awesome. That is a fantastic milestone. 1 month of many, which is just really a fantastic thing to hear about. I have a lot of friends who are in the middle of transition, and that 1 month always feels like a big milestone, but at the same time, you're like, oh man, I can't wait for more noticeable progress. And they're like, the months fly by. They go real fast. And there's going to be moments where it feels a little bit slower and you're like, man, oh man, this like sucks because like it's not happening as fast as I want it to or something like that. And they're like, it's so worth like pushing through those moments because at some point you look back and you go, holy fuck, it's been a year now, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and it just like piles up real fast and you get to really notice those differences. Really wonderful. Good news, Ace Week is in 2 days. Awesome. I won't lie on this one. I am incredibly ignorant, I guess. I did not even know there was an Ace Week that was coming up, but that is fantastic. Corey, please, please, please give me a reminder of when that happens so that we can celebrate that with the community. My good news is that I'm working on my cosplay right now. It's really spooky, and not being alone helps. Yeah, definitely. I always like to have like, even if it's just Morgan there as like a body double, definitely helps out a lot. Hearing that you're making like a cool spooky cosplay though is wonderful. So, yeah. Good news, I'm getting my eyebrow piercing tomorrow, and then Sunday I'm meeting up with Austin and some other friends to go to an art museum. Max, I've seen you guys talking about that a lot over in the fan house. I'm so, so happy that you're going to be able to meet up with other members of the community like that. Art museum sounds like the perfect place to go as a small group. Normally from the museums and art galleries that I've seen, things are kept really clean and safe and socially distanced well, etc. And good luck with that piercing. That's so cool. Good news, I understand a little bit of how to do my dosage calculation homework. Awesome. Very good. It's always nice when you're like, oh, light bulb, light switch, whatever. I suddenly get it. Good news, I ordered some Pokemon cards after yesterday's stream, and they should be here in a couple of days. Can't find any Celebrations packs in stores just yet, but I'm on a mission. Yeah, the Celebrations ones get snatched up real quick. Morgan and I had to run some errands today, and I was looking for the Ultra Premium collection that comes with the Metal Charizard and Pikachu, like, base set classic art, but they're metal cards. It's a really cool collection, but it got bought out immediately. It was like so fast. But yeah, I hope that you enjoy opening those cards. Good news, was worried I had appendicitis. Oh my gosh, that's so scary. Turns out I have some inflamed lymph nodes near my appendix. So I'm still in pain, but now I know what it is and it's been feeling better. That's wonderful. I'm glad to know that it wasn't appendicitis. That's another thing that's affected, like, granted, like, I guess it's like semi-common, but it's affected like a number of people I know, and it is like a really, really scary thing. But I'm glad that it's not that. I'm really, really happy it's not that. Maintain an A in my college class so far. Way to go, Phoenix. Way to go. I don't have much good news, but I'm alive-ish, and the paint store is still paying me even if we don't have any paint to sell. Oh, no. Well, it's nice that they're still keeping you employed for when they get paint to sell. And to do the thing that their shop's supposed to do. Good news, I got A's on my report card this quarter, so my mom took me out to dinner. That's so nice. That's a really nice little reward. I love that. It's like, I love those types of gestures, because it doesn't have to be anything like crazy or fancy. It's just like, hey, this is an acknowledgement that you worked really hard for those grades. Can do. I've got some good conversations with some pretty awesome A-spec peeps set up as well. I'm so excited. That's so cool, Corey. That is a really wonderful thing to do and be a part of. Feel like a dummy. I keep on seeing people talk about talking in the fan house chat, but I'm subbed to the fan house. Can't find the fan house chat. So to operate you're not the first person to say that. And the thing is like fan house is like still a new platform. So a lot of it's getting worked out. It's not super, super intuitive. A lot of people are having the same complaints as you where they're like, I don't know how to use all the features. Here's a couple I can go over super quick with fan house. One thing that you guys can do is my profile has a public wall. So if you click my profile and click public fan wall, you can post anything you want over on there. Like just a quick hello to me or like a little like just like greetings, whatever. It shows up on my wall. So anyone, even if they're not a fan house sub, who looks at my public fan wall will be able to see those messages or I'll be able to write back. So like if you're like, hey, it's just so great to be here or something like that, I can write back to you on my fan wall and basically be like, oh, hey, thanks so much for posting on my fan wall and saying hello. That's like a cute little thing that not a lot of people realize is a feature. And then to find the messages, like the DMs and the group chat that a lot of us talk in. So if you open your app and you go to the little home button in the bottom left, I'm surprised no one's posted the fan wall. It's because it's like it's a feature that like isn't really, like, you don't get walked through it when you sign up for Fan House. It's very, very weird. But if you click the little house button in the bottom left on your app, Bree, and anyone else who needs this, it brings up your main feed, and you'll see anyone that you're sub to on Fan House. All of their private feed stuff comes through that, as well as the public feed stuff that gets posted on theirs. So keep in mind that when you post something on the public fan wall, it will go into the feed of other members of the community, and they'll be able to interact with it as well. So just something to keep in mind. But there's a little chat bubble in the bottom right from that screen that will open up your direct messages, and that is where you get the automated message from me when you first sub, but you can also use it to just chat about whatever you want. Like, if you want to just hit me up and say hello, if I have time, I will definitely say hello to you. But at the top, there is then the House Chats button, and if you click the House Chats button, then it will bring up all of the what are called house chats or group chats on Fan House of people that you're sub to. So you will be able to find it and talk to people and share pictures of your pet. We've mainly been like talking about snack foods we like, sharing pictures of our pets, and people are talking about like upcoming tattoos and piercings and stuff. So it's like a really cozy little place. I love it. It is one of my favorite little places to like interact with everyone. But yeah, that is currently one of the most used features, I think, for our Fan House right now. And I really love being able to like meet you guys a little bit better, like in a more intimate, quiet setting, in that as well. My good news is that my puppy has been doing really well with her potty training. She's also biting a little less. More good news is that I was able to resub to Fan House. Thank you so much for doing that. That's really nice of you. Also, puppy not biting as much is very good. Obviously, something that puppies do. Just be like that sometimes with them. But I hope that as she continues to do better with like the potty training and just growing up in general, she stops nipping at you quite as much. But great news. I'm lurking making pastaroni, but I'm here listening on the phone. Awesome. Enjoy your pastaroni. Underrated, very cheap meal in my opinion. You know, you just like toss, like you can eat it by itself or you just like toss a little bit of meat in it or whatever, and it's pretty good. Hey, what's up, Meredith? Nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Dog, I'm watching Roxy is snoring right now. I love her so much. That is so cute. I love when pets snore. Sig does that all the time. Puppies with their cute, sharp little teeth. Yeah, that's the other thing is kittens and puppy teeth are way pointier and they hurt way more when they bite you. Puppies do be cute AF. Yeah, they absolutely do, Sarah. I love puppies. I'm so glad I got to, when I was staying with Ethan and Mika, their new dog, Bee, Honeybee, is such a sweetie. She's so cute. She was laying all over me. She was just so adorable. But also, on top of it, she is a jumper, and she's big. She is, I don't know what breed she is, but like Mika was saying that she might be like part pit bull, so like her size, I think she's only like 8 or 9 months old or something, but she is as big, if not like a little bit bigger than Spencer already, and she's just like very hyper, like gets the zoomies at any given point and runs all over the place, jumps off of their couch and their furniture and shit. Actually, while we were there, oh my god, I was hanging out in Ethan's office with Ethan. I think we were prepping for like a stream or whatever, and he has this really cool neon sign that he had like custom made that is like the Crank Gameplays logo, and it's like a really cool sign. And he left the room, and I like was like setting up stuff on his computer screen or whatever, and I looked over, and B was walking away from the neon sign, and there was a little tiny like plug, like the pronged plug you put into the outlet. Yeah, it was just sitting on the ground there, not attached to anything, and it's because she had chewed through it and had essentially just bricked his sign, like broken his sign. So he came back in from like the bathroom and it was like, hey, dude, is that the plug to your neon sign? And he was like, oh no. And he like went out in the hall and he was like, Mika, B chewed through my neon sign cord. And he was like really sad about it. It's such a bummer. And it's not like she knows any better. She's just a little puppy, you know. She has a puppy brain in a full-grown dog's body, but she's just like really destructive apparently, and bites through stuff a lot and jumps on people and things like that. And she's really sweet, but just very, very like bites and jumps and runs around. Very puppy. My puppy is growing new teeth, so I don't expect the less biting to last much longer. Oh no, yeah, that when they're teething like that, like when they have new teeth coming in, like that just is the way it is. Sounds like my cat. Yeah, Georgia girl, that's how Sig is. He hasn't done it in a while, although he was chewing on a cord like right before we left. But he used to chew on every cord he saw. And I do not exaggerate this at all. Sig has destroyed $500 worth of electronics cords since we've gotten him, because he just will go, oh, a headphone cord. Time to chomp through that. And especially with like my older headsets and stuff where like I couldn't just easily swap out like another cord. It just destroyed the headset essentially. So that is something that he does. Sometimes puppies just don't know the damage they can do. Right, they're just trying to have fun. They're just trying to be little friends, you know? She doesn't know her own strength. Yeah, B does not know her own strength. So like right now they're in the process of anytime B jumps, what you're supposed to do, and like Mark and Amy had to learn this when they came over, I guess. Cause she like really fixated on Mark. Like when Mark came in, to Ethan, because they came over to Ethan's house to hang out with us because Amy really wanted to see us, I guess. But like B immediately like fixated on Mark and like ran over and started jumping right at him. And it's probably because he like, you know, he smells like Chica and Henry. But she was like jumping up at him and like hitting him in like the chest with like her paws. And they had to be like, all right, Mark, when she does that, you have to not acknowledge it and you have to turn away from her. And that doesn't give her the like attention that she's looking for. And so like he being Mark just did it in like the goofiest like weird robotic way and was like trying not to like laugh while he was doing it. But he like did it like 20 times in a row because like B would not leave him alone and kept jumping at him. But she's really sweet. She's very, very cute. She's just still very puppy mode. Parker, hey, what's up? Nice to see you here. I know that this is you because your username is so similar to your last one. And I've been seeing over on Twitter that you're going by Parker now. And you're, figuring out he, they pronouns. That's great. That's seriously really, really wonderful. We are going to be here to support you 100%, Parker. We're really proud of you. And if you decide to, ever go back, or if you decide these pronouns aren't right for me, I need to update those with the community, we're going to be there as a part of that. And we're going to help the whole community get used to that as well for you. So yeah, Mark is the dog whisperer, at the very least a dog magnet. It was really funny to watch him interact with B. He was like really, really sweet with her. She didn't have to jump very high. not for Morgan and I. The thing is, Morgan, she's so short. Like the big thing is she doesn't like when big dogs jump at her. Like not a lot of people like when big dogs jump at them to begin with, but she especially, Morgan is only 5'2", for those of you who don't know. So like big dogs have like a habit of like being able to like knock her over or like knock her off balance. So she is not a huge fan of B's jumping, but at the same time, like she still loves B a lot and was like very sweet with B, very, very nice, but just had to be careful around her because she was like so jumpy. She was like very, very hyperactive. But yeah, B did not have to jump high to hit Morgan or I especially me in places I didn't want her to hit me. I got kicked quite a bit in the groin by B. So that was fun. But yeah. B had to jump extra high for you, Mark, on the other hand. Right, as we all know. Big dogs can be very intimidating for us short people. I remember when I was visiting my friend, her husky would try to jump on me and nearly knock me down. Yeah, one time Morgan was taking Dan's dogs out, because I can't remember, he was like out of town or he was doing something where she had, like, I couldn't go over to his house to help. So Morgan went over alone to go like take his dogs out for him. And his dogs are fairly strong. Like one of his old dogs who unfortunately passed was a pit bull. And again, Morgan's like really tiny. And unfortunately, there was like a cat or something. I think it was a cat that was across the street. And the one dog that's a pit bull saw it and yanked on the leash really hard. And Morgan said she went completely horizontal in the air like a cartoon character, just completely lifted off her feet and then like slammed back into the ground and had like these huge scabs on like her like knees and like arms and stuff. Because the dog wanted to get the cat so bad. But yeah, being small around dogs, like even medium-sized dogs, is sometimes a little bit intimidating. Big dogs can be very intimidating for short people. I remember when I was visiting my... Oh, wait, I just read that. Morgan has tall person vibes, but is actually short. Yes, absolutely. A lot of people think that Morgan's really tall. And I don't know if that's just the way that I photograph her, because like I always try to, shoot her in a way that makes like her legs look a lot longer. And she naturally just has like really long legs as well. But everyone who ever like meets Morgan is always like, wow, you're so much shorter than I thought that you were going to be, because I think it's partially just how she holds herself and like how she walks and whatever. Big dogs have the minds of lap dogs. They want to jump up into our arms and be carried and sit in our... Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%. Anytime I sat down on like a couch or a chair or something in Ethan's house, B would like run over, jump onto me, which hurt a lot, and then would like lay down on me. So it was cute, but the initiation was painful. So, yeah. My mom very much cannot have big dogs jump on her due to severe medical reasons. So she's gotten very good to train them out of our pups quick. Yeah, that's really good to train out of your pups as soon as possible, especially like if you have guests or whatever. And that's what Ethan and Mika are like in the process of. They're doing a really good job with Bee. She's, again, a really sweet dog that doesn't like mean any harm or anything like that. She's not like aggressive in any kind of way. She's just really, really excitable, which is kind of cute, you know? But I'm sorry to hear that your mom has to deal with that. I really hope that the dogs treat her nicely as well. My friend's parents used to have a Malamute, and he firmly believed that he was a lapdog, and that was a big pupper. Yeah, absolutely. Can confirm Morgan is short, but I definitely was surprised when I met her. Yeah, because people will be like, oh, well, it's very clear, like, Morgan's shorter than Brian, like, in pictures, but I don't think you guys realize, like, how some of you don't know, like, how short I actually am. Like, I'm very, very short. I'm 5'5". So for those of you who have never met me in person, you can, draw a line on your wall with a pencil, use it like a ruler or a meter stick or a tape measure, and 5 foot 5 inches, make a little dash and stand against it and see how tall you are compared to me. But Morgan is even shorter than me. So, yeah, a lot of the times people are like, oh, wow, okay, she's that short. Can confirm Morgan is short, but I definitely... Oh, wait, I already read that one. Big dogs don't know their own strength. Yeah, absolutely. Just a big puppy who wants love. Yeah, that is the perfect description of B for sure, Sarah, is like just a puppy who wants to be involved and wants attention and wants love, but just doesn't quite know her own strength yet. So she's a pinball, which is crazy. Can't wrap my head around the fact Morgan and I are the same height. She has tall people vibes for sure. You're a monster. I had to stand on stilts to give you a hug. Stop being humble. Brian is a compact alpha. Oh my God. I'm the same height as your younger sibling? Well, watch out for that younger sibling. They're going to become extremely powerful. Internet being a singer. It is Crispy. Yeah. Yo, if you guys don't know my boy Crispy right here, please, please, please give him a follow. Fantastic, fantastic person. Very good streamer. Just a nice person. A lot of really good talks about like mental health awareness. Very welcoming community. Please, please, please check out Crispy. Yes, Chris P. Exactly, from the other stream. We talked about Chris P. Oh, God, Jesus. I had forgotten that had happened, Ira. I cannot believe that you brought that back up. That's terrible. That's actually awful. But yeah, Chris P., I was talking to stream about this a little bit earlier. Very, very, like, rock in a hard place right now. I've been frustrated with this all day, trying to find, like, a troubleshooting, like, answer. I have a fiber optic ISP, and they're normally really fantastic. I've only had like 2 other major issues with them ever. But what ended up happening was when we got back from our trip from LA, our internet was just like kind of laggy and slow and weird, and we weren't really sure why that was happening. And I was just like, oh, it just happens sometimes. Like, you know, not like all ISPs like choke bandwidth and whatever. And I was like, as long as we still have like at least 300 down, 300 up, like I'm paying for 500 down, 500 up, but they sometimes just don't give that to us, and that's fine. Like 300 down, 300 up is plenty. Max, by the way, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Crispy. That's really, really nice of you. Crispy, I hope you enjoy our emotes and your sub badge now. Thank you very, very much, Max. That was super, super generous of you. Matt, what's up? Hello, hi, welcome to the stream. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I ran a quick, like, internet test today, and my speed was 30 down, 30 up. Sometimes that number varied as low as 10. And so I was like, well, that's not right. And the jitter on the signal, which should never be above, like, 5 max, was 27, which showed that the stability of my signal was, like, horrible. So I called my ISP. Because today I also had for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links thing that I'm a part of, the Invitational, we did like a tech dress rehearsal thing today, and I had to be like connected to the internet. So I told them ahead of time, I was like, yo, my internet sucks right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to be dropping it in and out. Very frustrating. And I called my ISP like right before we had to do this thing, and I was like, hey, what the fuck's going on with my internet? Why is this happening? And the person, and I was like super nice. I wasn't like demanding or anything. I was just like, hey, I work from home, and this would really help me out a lot if we could get this figured out. And the guy laughed at me on the phone. He didn't laugh at me. He laughed at the situation. And he was like, I legitimately almost fell out of my chair when I looked at the strength of your signal. In the 10 years that this company has existed, I have never seen an internet signal this weak from our fiber optic. I don't know what's going on. So he had me like run some troubleshooting, had me like look at the physical like fiber optic cable, had me like unplug it, plug it back in, all this stuff. He was like, is it damaged? I was like, nope, not at all. I can't see anything. And he's like, I don't know what happened. Like maybe a windstorm like broke part of it, or like a fucking squirrel chomped on it. No idea. But that wasn't great because it meant that the tech check didn't go super well. For them to be able to like check like parameters and make sure my face cam was working and stuff. Fingers crossed it works tomorrow well enough for the broadcast. We shall see if that's the case. I really hope that it works because obviously humongous, like one of the biggest sponsored things I've gotten to do with the Yu-Gi-Oh team over the past like month or so. I would really hate for it to be like all fucked up and whatever. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. A Green, thank you for the 14-month resub, by the way. That is a long time. Thank you so much for sticking around that long as a sub. You have the worst luck with the internet? Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Is like Spectrum was like the worst provider of all time, and this is still, even with this issue, way better than anything I dealt with Spectrum. And honestly, this is only like the 3rd incident we've had with this provider since we got them. They've been pretty fantastic overall, and they're way cheaper than Spectrum. But yeah, it does seem like the timing of this is like almost fucking like comical. You got this, man? Fingers crossed. Thank you. I hope so. And the kicker is they are sending someone out tomorrow to fix it, but they could not guarantee that person wouldn't show up while I was doing the live stream. So like obviously if I'm in the middle of like a tournament match, I can't be like, oh, hold on, opponent I'm playing against. Hold on, entire official Yu-Gi-Oh! Broadcasted live stream. I have to go get my door and shut off my internet for like 10 minutes while this technician like fixes it. I can't do that. So they couldn't guarantee that the tech wouldn't come out at that time. So Morgan might have to just open the door and be like, we're using the internet for a work thing right now. I'm so sorry. Can you like come back later today or like tomorrow? So that kind of blows. But that's where we're at right now. And I even called back and I was like, hey, I just made like an appointment to have like the tech come out tomorrow. Can they come out like sometime before like 9 a.m. or sometime after like 3 p.m.? And they were like, the only blocks of service that we do are 7 in the morning to noon and 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. And the tech can show up at any time in those blocks, depending on which of those 2 blocks you pick. And I was like, really? Like, really? There's no other way to like put a note on my account that's like prefers this, like, please? And I was really nice about it, but I'm very sad that it didn't work out. Like, it's gonna potentially fuck up stuff tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll just have to see. Nothing I can do. It's out of my control, you know? Hey, chat and beautiful Brian, how is everyone doing? Hello, hi Peyton, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you here. Hope that you are having a good weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. Been lurking, but long time no see, Randy. Oh yeah, Randy, it's been a while since you dropped by. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate, you joining the stream and saying hi to people. Back with water? Hell yeah, get hydrated. That's some good stuff right there. Adult life is just trying to play a real-time game of Tetris to try and fit everything in and not overlap things. I think that's fairly accurate. But here's the thing, is my friend Nega Oryx just put up a post about this, about, like, people are always like, oh, when you're a high schooler especially, they're like, oh, I appreciate your youth now because when you become an adult, it's just going to be so horrible. And she was like, no, like, I would rather be an adult than be, like, a kid again. Like, yeah, you have a lot more, like, responsibility and expectations and shit, but you also have a lot more autonomy for the most part. And even though you have to deal with, like, a lot heavier of issues a lot of the time, it doesn't mean that, like, kids are devoid of those issues as well. A lot of kids, have to multitask and deal with things. I feel like life in general, not just adult life, is just like a Tetris game of figuring out where you fit in and trying to do your best to be, like, good at something, or at the very least survive things and surround yourself with, like, good people and whatever, and try to get those positive vibes going, give back to the world a little bit in the ways that you can. So yeah, I mean, yeah. No, my teen life was horrible. When I turned 20, it was the best day of my life. I'm glad to hear that things have gotten better for you, because definitely that is something that, like, I think about a lot as well. Like, I've definitely fallen into that mindset where I'm like, man, things were so simple when I was young. And then I was like, yeah, but then I couldn't do this, or this. It sucked, actually. And, like, adults would, like, watch me get harassed by other people and, like, wouldn't intervene. So, like, now, as an adult, I can, like, sort of set my own boundaries a lot easier and make people listen to me a little bit more. So, and find, like, like-minded people instead of, like, being stuck in, like, high school where I had to, like, be around the same people every day or whatever. Hoping I'll get to lurk more often in the future. Yeah, seriously, it's always nice to see you around. I do miss everyone, but sometimes capitalism makes me so tired from closing shop alone. Oh, yeah, I wanted to read the first part of your message. Totally understandable. Any job is a job that will tire you out at some point. It doesn't matter if you love your job or you hate your job. You're going to hit those walls, and you're going to find those things that bother you about those jobs. You're doing great. You're pushing through, but if you need that time off away from the community, or you're just too tired to, or like I'm just streaming at weird time zones or whatever, that's absolutely fine. That's totally understandable. Please don't worry about having to make a lot of streams or anything. Just wanted a reminder, and this goes to anyone who stops by very infrequently. Please know that we always appreciate you. We always have the door open for you, and we're always happy to see you here for a little bit. Nostalgia's good, but sometimes it makes you forget all the bad things that happened. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Rose-colored glasses is like a big thing. When I was 16, I wanted to be an adult just to save myself from my current living situation. Now I'm 19, and boy, am I glad I'm not a minor anymore. Yeah. A lot of benefits come with aging up, essentially. And yes, thank you so much, Ina, for sharing that. No one has broken that channel rule yet, but if you are someone who is under 18, please don't share your age, just due to the fact that even though we are a great, accepting, wonderful, incredible community of really like kind-hearted people who mean well and always do their best, you never know who's watching the stream. You never know what people will do with your private information online, and especially if you're a minor, you have a lot less protections in place, essentially. And we want to just make sure that you're staying as safe as possible. So please, please, please don't share your age if you're under 18 in this community. Like you can talk about it a little bit more. I can't remember the way, if we set up those rules on the Discord the same way. But like, obviously stuff like that, don't put it on, at least don't put it on Twitch where everything is fucking public. Just finished opening my Vivid Voltage pack and sadly didn't get Chonky Chew, but I did get a few V and VMAX cards. Nice, Wally Willy. Congrats. Very good shit. I miss these streams. It's been too long since I've been able to watch. Well, it's nice to have you here, Meredith. Seriously, I hope that you're having a good month so far. We are almost at the end of October, guys. I can't believe it. We are legitimately almost at Halloween. I feel like October just started, and granted, the first half of the month was me planning around my LA trip, and then a full week of this month was being in LA. But holy shit, it flew by. It was a lot. 2022 is a little over 2 months away. Oh God, yeah. I didn't need that reminder, but that is one of those things where like people have been asking Morgan and I, especially since we got back, if we still plan on going to LA to move. And we're like, yeah, after the holidays. That gives us like plenty of time to get ready. The holidays are in like 2 months. Like Thanksgiving is very, very soon. And then for US Thanksgiving. And then like Christmas is like 2 months away. So I don't know. Maybe super lurky turkey because brain dipped and is going burr. I'm so sorry that that's happening, Sarah. I did see your message earlier. I just didn't read it out loud about feeling bad. Please don't feel bad. It was just one of those moments where I was just like, hey, I just want to get this stuff out of my system now and let people know what's going on and why I might like be like kind of in a crummy mood. But just hanging out here for a little bit has already put me in a way better mood. I hope that you start feeling better as well, though. Please don't like think that you like ruined the night or like made me super upset or anything like that. It was just one of those things where it's like, I don't want, as I explain the situation that I'm in, for chat to just devolve into memes because I was like trying to share something, but it's nothing serious. Please don't feel bad. What are we doing for Halloween costumes, y'all? Ooh, that's a great question, Peyton. I did share over on Fan House that I guess it's soon enough that I'll reveal this to the rest of Twitch chat here now. So as you guys know, every month I do a Brianna / Girbeagly cosplay. Last month's was Pumpkin Spice Latte Girl, which I think turned out really well, and I had a lot of fun with that one. This month's theme, obviously, with Halloween right here. I'm thinking about, doing the classic, like, sort of like cutesy witch thing. Now, that's not set in stone, and people specifically on Fan House are able to weigh in on that, and a couple people gave me some options on what I could dress up as for Halloween cosplay. So I'll consider those. But also, I am sort of leaning in the direction of, like, witchy stuff. I did get the suggestion, I think it was from Georgie Girl, actually, of doing Mona from Genshin Impact. And I went online and I was looking up, like, Mona cosplays, and they're all, like, $100 to, like, $150, and they would not be here in time for Halloween. So I was like, can't do that. Which is too bad, because Mona is one of my favorite characters and is a character I'd love to cosplay at some point. I would also like to do Amber. I'd like to do Venti. I don't know. There's a whole bunch. But yeah, what is everyone going as for Halloween if you're someone who celebrates? Please let us know. For the first time in forever, I have no idea what I'm going to do for Halloween. Listen, this year and last year were like super fucking mega weird. So completely understandable if you're someone who is like still at a loss and needs to throw something together last second, or even if you don't participate and you're just like, yeah, I'm not doing Halloween this year. It's understandable. Brianna would be a very cute witch. Yeah, the funniest thing is, so I've owned a witch hat since I think last year or like 2 years ago or something that I was going to use for a Brianna Girbeagly cosplay, like back when I bought it. And I like put it up on my like pile of like goofy nerdy shit that's behind me while I stream and forgot it was there and never used it. So we like put it into the like cosplay closet and then we just forgot. So I've never used it. So I do have it ready to go. Buffer and Alex, hello. Hi, welcome to the stream. Hope that you enjoy your time here. It's always nice to see a first-time chatter. We all chose for each other based on who we thought each of us represented best, and they chose Harry for me. Wait, oh, you're doing like a group? Oh my gosh, that's actually so fun. I love group cosplays of any sort. They're always really, really fun. Have fun. I have one costume, and it's Hermione. Well, I mean, hey, the big brains of the group. Very good. Sneaking in to say, I love Ganyu. Well, listen, we're sneaking in to say, I'm going as Wanda Maximoff's Halloween costume from the Halloween episode of WandaVision. I love that. Yeah, that's the throwback classic Scarlet Witch costume. So that's a great choice, actually. I like that a lot. Not in the zone where I can dress up for Halloween yet, but I know what I'll eventually want to dress up as an OC superhero character of mine. Cool. That's awesome. Original Halloween costumes are really, really cool, honestly. I've just been super busy with lots of things this month and just haven't had the time to sit and plan anything. I have things I can just toss together last minute if need be, if I can remember where everything is. Yeah, that's the hard part for me as well, is I'll buy stuff ahead of time and I'll put it away and I'll be like, I'll tuck this away for a rainy day. And then I will, because of object permanence, I don't know, I always do that to myself because I literally have horrible ADHD. I'll be like, hey, I don't remember buying anything. And then it sits in the closet forever. Springtrap, it's the biggest costume I've ever made completely by myself, and I'm incredibly proud of it. Damn, you're making it yourself. That's amazing. I've seen a lot of really cool, like Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic suits and stuff that people have made as costumes. So super excited to see yours if you do decide to post it. That's really cool. That's very ambitious. I've been invited to a party at the house I lived at in uni, but I just don't feel safe being around that many people that I don't know. And yeah, totally understandable, Max. That was like something that made us a little bit worried about going to LA was like, hey, we're going to be around like, if we go out in public to like grocery shop or whatever, we're going to be in a place where we don't know anyone besides like, Ethan and Mika. And then like the friends I know from the internet we got to meet up with. Like we know all of us are vaxxed, all of us are going to take precautions like wearing masks or, staying 6 feet away or just obviously being aware of like fully vaccinated status. But like walking around, like what can we expect? But because of LA's mask mandate, every place we went to, it was like so fucking different than here in Rochester. Where unfortunately people are like trying to force going back to normal essentially in some areas of Rochester. Where they're just walking around, no masks. Some people, and you don't know if they're vaccinated. But in LA, everyone had to wear a mask, and that was really, really nice. And most places we went to were not super populous. And we didn't go out a whole bunch either. Most of the time we spent was like hanging out with Ethan and Mika at their home. So that was actually like really, really nice. But I completely understand like picking to skip a social obligation because of that. They want to do the same thing for Marvel next year, but they couldn't decide if they want me to be Bruce Banner or Peter Parker. Oh, that's so fun. I like the big Avengers or like Marvel group cosplay thing because there's so much to pick from. I don't know who to be, honestly. I do have some aspirations for cosplays, though I don't think my Metroid Alien-inspired costume, oh god, will be done in time for spook season. Well, I mean, something for next year, right? If you ask Adam Savage for help. I'm back, posted my food in Discord. I have a lot. Hell yeah. A lot of pastaroni is the perfect amount of pastaroni, in my opinion. Is a mask mandate still in effect in Rochester? Nope. Hasn't been for a long time. Morgan and I are normally the only people anywhere we go wearing masks, and it is awful. We get so, like, people stare at us. People make, like, comments under their breath when they walk by. It's really shitty. We always ignore them because, obviously, like, our choice shouldn't affect them, so fuck whatever they think about it. But typically, like, when we go out to a grocery store, if we are, grabbing food, whatever, we are normally the only people wearing masks still. And part of that, for those of you who don't know, is just because we know a lot of people who have, like, immunocompromised, like, relatives or are immunocompromised themselves. And we're just trying to do our part to be as good as possible when it comes to that kind of thing. Not to mention we were just abroad. We were all the way out in LA, 3,000 miles away. And even though we were being safe, it doesn't mean that we can't still, like, potentially carry, like, asymptomatic, like, viral, I was going to say material, but, like, the virus itself. And I would hate if I passed it on to someone's, like, grandma or something. So we're still staying fully masked up everywhere that we go, and we'll continue to do so throughout the entirety of all of this. So, yeah. My response to anyone that says anything to me is always, well, I just don't want to smell your stank breath. Oh, boy. Why do people feel the need to control others, especially strangers? They just need to mind their own damn business. Right. It's really interesting, too, because, like, in other countries where masks are, like, more normalized, nobody even, like, cares. Like, every other person you see on the street is wearing a mask, and then some people aren't. Like, pre-pandemic, like, that's a very common thing in China and Japan and Korea, where people just don't want to get, like, the common cold. They don't want to get sick and miss work or school or whatever, or just be sick and feel like shit. Like, who likes to get sick, And that's something that I've really liked about wearing a mask as well, is I haven't gotten the flu. I haven't gotten a cold. My allergies have been better. I don't mind wearing a mask, and I think that it should be really normalized to let people who want to do that do that. Remember when masks weren't mandatory in SoCal for like a month? I was like, I want to go home and never leave. Yeah, I've seen enough like pictures and videos from friends out there who were like, God, it's fucking terrible. So I'm glad that they moved back to the mask mandate as well. I think that was a really good move, especially with how many people are in like the LA area. Yo, what's up, Yasmin? Welcome to the stream. The United States is the weirdest place in the world. It's amazing how out of sync with the rest of the world we are. Yeah, and I don't ever want to give an excuse as to why that is, but I understand that a part of that is due to the fact that we are a baby country. We are truly a baby nation. We are like 200 years old when every other country in the world has thousands of years of history and society on us and culture and whatever. And granted, not everyone in the world acts great as well. I mean, there's people like, in Europe who are like pretty shitty about all of this going on and, just all over the world, which is always really sad to see. But we do have this like, freedom kink here. We have this like no one's operational defiance disorder, basically, where we're like, nobody's going to tell me what to do. Someone says, don't jump off the bridge. I'm going to do it because I'm American and it's my choice. And it's like this really weird mentality that's been unfortunately like preyed upon by like talk show hosts and news anchors and whatever, where it's like, it doesn't matter if this advice will literally save your life. If someone else tells that person to do it, they want to do the opposite. And it's super bizarre to watch. And I know from friends outside the country, we look like a circus all the time. Like we are their reality TV. All of America is the rest of the world's reality TV. That's the way that it works. Masks are also perfect for the cold right now. Exactly. We don't have a mask mandate here either, but I still wear my mask in public spaces, though for some reason I forgot to grab it out of the car when I went into work today. I mean, that's understandable, Corey. We've done that a couple times as well, where we'll get like to the entrance of like a store after walking across the parking lot and go, holy shit, I forgot my mask. And then like have to run back to the car and like put the mask on because you got to think of it this way. Some of us have literally decades of programming where we never wore a mask. And now we're being asked to wear one. And that's not me saying we shouldn't have to wear a mask. Although if people had just quarantined the way that we were being encouraged to at the beginning of this, maybe we never would have had to. But still, our brains are programmed to be like, oh, mask, what's that? Which is kind of crappy. But yeah, it's going to take a while for us to all get used to, I think. And I think it's It's a good thing to do, though. Chronic, what's up? Nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. We are using that Ultra HD 8K screen tonight. All adults at my job are required to wear masks because we work with ages 0 to 5, and those kiddos can't get vaccinated. Yeah, yes. Always good around kids, in my opinion, especially because, like you said, they can't get vaccinated. Other countries look at us like, yeah, Crispy, same brain, dude. Amazing. My sister recently had to go and film some anti-vax protests here in Australia recently. She said she literally saw some of them doing speed. Oh, my God. I'm never going to put the vaccine in my body. That's a bunch of unknown chemicals. Hold up one second while I do these drugs. Oh, boy. Something that happened in the store. I don't know why I gave Australians a Texan accent, though. I don't know what that was about. Something that happened in the store while I was working with my manager that both of us had both of us cackling. A contractor came in, brought his old paint can to the counter, and unprompted said many things like, I don't want to wear a face diaper. I'm not scared of the Democratic variant. They're not going to intimidate me into 2024. Some of these people, Jesus. That dude is in outer space. Like, other people, anyone who instantly, before you even say a word, before any of that, like, they're like, I watch Fox News and it's my entire personality. I literally have nothing interesting about myself. Nobody invites me to parties anymore. Like, because my whole personality is regurgitating like Tucker Carlson. Like, holy shit. Like, no one cares, dude. Shut up. No one cares. I don't care. I don't fucking care if you watch Fox News. Just shut up. Do things your way, and if you fuck around and find out what the consequences are, that's on you, man. You fucking weirdo. There have been times I've forgotten to get the mask out of my purse and on before leaving my car, and I've walked half into work before panicking that I forgot it entirely. But here's the thing. The fact that some of you are like, oh shit, I forgot, I'm panicking about this, it shows that you care. And that's actually a good thing to have. It means that you're less likely to forget. Don't you know quarantine is socialist propaganda? That's right. That's right, them socialists with their quarantining. That's right. It's not like other diseases have had us do this in the past. That's about how they sound, just more bogan. Man, I haven't read the word bogan in such a long time. Not even outer space wants a person like that. Yeah, it's very strange. It's wild to me that there are still people in the education system that I work in are still trying to put education before student health. Right. That's the thing that, like, really bothers me is, like, we've politicized wearing, like, a mask or getting a vaccine when it's a benefit to other people in general. Again, even if it didn't have to do with COVID, someone might want to just wear a mask because, like, they don't want to pass around, like, a super viral cold. Like, it sucks when half of the student body and teacher workforce in a school is devastated because everyone came down with the flu at the exact same time. That is a terrible, terrible thing. And it's very bizarre, especially because, like, what we were talking about is, like, kids can't get vaccinated in a lot of places at certain ages. And as a result, like, they're really high risk. And like, I know me, even if I was like, well, I don't really know what's in the vaccine, I'm a little bit wary about it. But if it has, like, a higher chance of keeping my kids safe, or, like, them putting on a mask, like, oh, maybe it's going to be uncomfortable for them, but it's going to give them a higher chance of, like, surviving all of this or whatever. I'd rather take that risk and make them go through that uncomfortable situation than, like, lose my fucking kid. Like, I would not be able to ever forgive myself if my own hubris caused me to kill my child or another person's child indirectly. That would be the worst thing to live on with forever, honestly. Zula Ivy, hello, hi, welcome to the stream. I was literally already looking into wearing a mask a lot because of my allergy. Yeah, Chronic, that's the whole thing, too, is like that. Like, masks are great for my allergies, you know? It's kind of awesome. I'm never going to stop wearing my mask when it comes to, like, allergy season. Socialists with our wanting to be alive. Right. God damn, that's Biden's America where you want to be alive? What's wrong with you? Think for yourselves. I like how they like to paint people who wear masks as brainless sheep. Hello, I'm a biology major. I learned how dangerous viruses are. I even had a course about pandemics and how they have to trace outbreaks to a source and everything. Yeah, absolutely. There's so much science, and that's the other thing too. Is like the anti-vaccine crowd. It's really interesting where they're like, oh, I'm anti-vax about everything, and it's like, but you kind of like aren't, because like to go to school and stuff, if you went to school, like you had to get those. It's kind of strange choice. I don't want to waste money on allergy pills, which is yeah, exactly. You don't have to waste like I still take allergy pills now and then when I feel like the itchiness creeping up in my eyes and nose, but I'm not like a big fan of spending tons and tons of money on like nasal spray and allergy pills and shit every year. If I can get rid of that shit by just wearing a piece of cloth on my face, that's fucking dope. Specifically, the program I work with is like a higher education stay away camp type thing, and people are like, nah, just let them come, it's fine. Like, yeah, if they get sick while they're here, they can't leave because of quarantine and travel laws. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, that's really lack of logic there. Anyway, I'm glad that our talk about asking people what their Halloween costumes were going to be turned into this. The number of anti-vaxxers who don't know that immunizations are vaccines. Right. Like, immunizations literally are a vaccine. It's that simple. It is a different term, but it does the same exact thing scientifically. You silly billies. Come on now. You're a bunch of goofy goofs. Humanity is a virus. I mean, that is what Agent Smith in The Matrix wants us to believe. Are you perhaps Agent Smith? Are you here to try to fight Neo because you hate your job so much that you want to eradicate humanity so that you don't have to work anymore because you hate humanity? Mr. Anderson. God, I love the delivery of that line. That is such like a classic movie line. So good. I'll dress up as a virus? Oh, God. Too soon. Oh, God. I don't know if this type of thing is happening at other people's workplaces, but as of November 1st, my company is going to start letting people go, and one of my coworkers is so adamant about not getting the vaccine and thinks that he's going to be able to sue the company, but we work in a free-to-work state, so he's really willing to lose his job to not take the vaccine instead. A lot of people are undergoing that right now. A lot of companies are mandating that type of thing, which is a private decision they get to make. And if again, well, the consequences of your choices and actions. So strange that those happen sometimes in life. Speaking of The Matrix, aren't they making a new one? Yeah. I was very skeptical about it, and then I saw the trailer for it, and I'm actually kind of fucking pumped for it. Because a bunch of the original cast is coming back. Not everyone, but there is, like, obviously the big people. Keanu's in it. That's all that really matters. But the angle that they're taking with it does seem very interesting. I'm actually kind of excited. Speaking of movies, does anyone have any spooky movie picks this month? I can't remember if we talked about this before. Not cool enough to be Hugo Weaving. Well, but here's the thing, is Hugo Weaving isn't coming back, Yasmin. So you could take over as Hugo Weaving. You could be Agent Smith. They couldn't get Hugo Weaving to come back, allegedly. I hope that he is in it as a secret, as like a little like Easter egg thing. Like he makes like a super brief cameo or something. That'd be kind of dope, honestly. Spooky movies. I can't remember if Morgan and I talked about this movie. It's on HBO Max. It's called Malignant, and it is fucking bonkers. I don't know how to describe Malignant because I kind of hated it, but I also loved it. And again, no spoilers in chat, please. No spoilers at all. But it's the type of movie that can't settle on a tone. It's kind of like campy, but then it takes itself like way too seriously in other moments. So like there were so many tone shifts that Morgan and I were like, we don't really like the narrative direction, or like the cinematography's nice, but like the actual like through threads and everything just don't feel consistent. And we weren't like huge fans of it, so we were just kind of mindlessly watching it. And then the last 15 minutes of Malignant, again, no spoilers from me, but all I can say is buckle the fuck up, because the last 15 minutes go so off the rails that it is both amazing and hilarious at the same time. And it became one of my favorite and least favorite movies of the year as a result, because that end sequence was so good that I was like, that was amazing. But then I went, why couldn't the rest of the movie be like that? That last 15 minutes just showed me the potential of the writing and the directing that could have been, that wasn't applied to the rest of the movie. So that is my recommendation for spooky season, is Malignant. So check that out. I've seen Red Letter Media and Dead Meat talk about it. Yeah, it's an outrageous movie. It is just so outrageous. So if you have HBO Max, check it out. It's really nuts. Remember Matrix Revolutions when Neo said the classic line, "I'm not falling for your socialist virus bullshit." That's my favorite line in any of the Matrix movies, is when he looks right into the camera and he goes, "Watch Fox News." And then he does like a backflip through like a hailstorm of bullets. It's wild. It's crazy. Bubble Juice, thank you very, very much for hanging out. I hope that you have a lovely weekend. Thanks for chilling with us for a bit. My spooky movie can be The Matrix, if I can get through it. Wait, what do you mean if you can get through it? All right, serious question, not judging at all. Have you never seen The Matrix? Or do you dislike The Matrix so much that you've never been able to get it through? I watch it way too young. Okay, that's fair, because it literally came out in the year 2000, and for a very long time, when I was a kid, or not when I was a kid, what am I talking about? For a very long time, I thought anything made past the year 2000, this is like boomer time here for you. Was it made in the late? No, it was either made in 99 or 2000, but I'm pretty sure it was 2000, because I'm fairly sure I just Googled Challenge Morgan on this one. But regardless, it was 1999. Okay, yeah. So 1 year off, regardless. 1999. That movie feels new to me still at times. This is like how this is what you guys have to look forward to as you get older, is going, oh my fucking God, I'm actually old. That movie's 22 years old now. Like, holy fucking shit. That movie is 22 years old now. Oh, boy. Give me a second as I process that. But for a very long time, anytime I thought about any media, I'd be like, oh, that game came out in like 2002. It's like fairly new. Anything made after 2000 is like new. It's the new millennium, you know? And then as I've gotten older and older and older, I've gotten more and more used to being like, okay, anything made in 2010 is now old. Like, that's kind of fucking insane when you think about grandpa vibes. I'm older than The Matrix? Damn. Shitting, crying, throwing up. I mean, that's everything for me now, is I'll be like, hey, you guys know this reference? And I'll like make a reference from like 2004. And then I'll go, oh my God, 5 people in chat know what I'm talking about. What in the world? Some things are 20 years old and it blows my mind still. Yeah, absolutely. The same here. I am constantly like, my age is accelerating in my mind that came out a few years ago. Right. So ADHD especially is like an object permanence, like can't keep track of time type of thing. I'm very bad at dates and like figuring out like when the shit came out. But it really is like one of those things where like, oh yeah, Final Fantasy, the game Final Fantasy 13. Yeah, they made 3 of those games. Final Fantasy 13 with the character Lightning. Damn, those were iconic on Xbox 360. Those just came out. No, those literally came out on Xbox 360. That was a million years ago in gamer terms. What the hell? The Matrix went to college. Yeah, The Matrix went to college and graduated by this point. This is me, but with the Hilary Duff movie. I watched that for the first time, I think like a month or 2 ago, because Morgan made me watch it. My original car had somehow not died on me. She'd be in her 40s. She was a hand-me-down from my granddad, died in her 20s. Oh my God. That's wild. That's really, really wild. Actually, now that I think about it, like, what the hell? My first car that I had when Morgan and I first started dating, let's see here, would be... Oh, wait, yeah, no, never mind. Mine would have been a, like, 23-year-old car or something like that, if it had survived. I had a Honda Accord station wagon when Morgan and I first started dating that I had gotten when I lived in Florida. And it was a good car. It lasted, like, a really long time. I think I put, like, 250,000 miles on it or something. But it was old and clunky. Is it too late to share good news? It's never too late to share good news. You are always. Yeah, Chronic even said, never too late to share good news. Please feel free to share some. 1988 Honda Accord. Damn, Chronic. That's a classic. That's what we call that. That is an absolute classic. Good choice, though, honestly. Great choice. Again, the Honda Accord kind of fucks. It's one of those cars that was built to last forever. And it really does. Twins. Yeah, except mine was 10 years younger, so I had the baby of the two. So, yeah. I was only 1 year older than the family truck. We sold it a few years ago, and my sister my sister literally saw it on the road a few days ago. Actually, while that fucking tank still runs. 1997 Suburban. Oh, my God, yeah. Especially cars like that, like trucks, SUVs, things that are like gas guzzlers with like really high... high output engines, and like those burn out fast. They are not really designed for longevity because they are meant as like work trucks or to haul things or to take like a lot of big road trips in like, the family minivan or whatever. So it is always like fucking wild when those last longer than like 10 years, honestly. My current car is a 2004 Accord, but she's on her last leg. We salute your car. We do. Slaps roof of Honda. Not gonna lie, this car kind of fucks. Brian, you look good tonight, man. Thank you so much, Draven. I appreciate that. I was, doing something a little bit different with my my hair tonight. Had the flip up headlights. Oh my God, yeah, that is the definition of an 80s car. Yeah, good that the flipping mechanism died in the open position. Yeah, that is very good. Good news, I have an actual date with my crush tomorrow. I'm moving out of my toxic environment soon, and I got invited to a Halloween party, which I'm nervous to go to, but I'm flattered that I was invited. That's all super good news, Yasmin. Congrats to you. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time at your date. That is awesome. That's really cool. And moving out of a toxic environment is like a long-term thing. That's a really wonderful long-term thing. We're really happy for you. My 1998 Ford Explorer was super reliable until I got in my accident. Yeah, sometimes that's another thing is like obviously accidents can be like the kiss of death way too soon for cars that could have lasted a little bit longer. I definitely had a couple cars that probably wouldn't still be chugging, but they would have lasted a lot longer if like I hadn't been in an accident or if I had just like taken better care of them. Like the Honda Accord, for instance, one night, again, Morgan and I have shared that like we met via MySpace many, many years ago. And we didn't live in the same city. I was living a city over. Morgan was here in Rochester. And what ended up happening was I would have to go drive and see her. But I was in college at the time. So I would finish like my college work, and then I would drive out to go see Morgan. And oftentimes this would be like post midnight. It would be pretty late. Like I'd start the trip at like 11 at night or something. And then I'd be on the road after midnight or around midnight. So I'd be kind of tired from being up for class or doing like my homework or whatever. And just due to the fact that it was late at night. And one of the routes that I would take isn't a super like populated road. It didn't have any like street lights or anything like that. But it did have a lot of deer. And people often hit these deer with their cars. And I remember one night I was driving along, and I was actually on the phone with Morgan. I had the phone on speakerphone. And just so I had, like, you know, her as a body double to, like, keep me awake and aware and whatever. But I was, like, a little bit sleepy. I was a little bit out of it. And my phone, I had it on my leg. I had it, like, on my thigh for some reason while I was driving. And it slipped off the side of my thigh. And in that moment, like, it felt like I looked down at it as it was falling because I was like, oh shit, what if it goes under, like, my brake pedal? Like, that'd be a nightmare because, again, this was like flip phones. They were like clunky and could have, like, blocked my brake pedal. And in that brief moment that I looked down and then back up to the road, there was a deer carcass in the road. And I was going, like, I don't know, like, I was going around the speed limit, like 65-ish, but I was already way too close to, like, swerve around it, and I hit it with my car, and it was like a fucking ramp. Like, my car went, like at least 3 feet in the air. It went way off the road, and it came slamming back down, like crazy, like, scraping metal noise, like sparks flying everywhere. I was like, oh shit! And like I like screamed like, oh shit, because I was on speakerphone with Morgan, and then my phone died. And that moment, I shit you not, my phone died. It ran out of battery in that moment, and Morgan thought I, like, had died, like, that I'd, like, gotten into, like, a horrible accident. And fortunately, I was, like, 2 minutes away from her house. And I like, came in the front door, and I was like, holy shit, you have no idea what happened. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so glad that you're okay. But it was just like, my phone had died in that moment. She thought I had died, because all she heard was, like this horrible, oh shit. And then my phone cut off. But because of the impact of my car hitting the road again from, like, the crazy, like, deer carcass ramp that I had launched off of. It sounds like this is, like, a bonus level in, like, a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game or something. But, like, I slammed back down onto the road, and my muffler just got, like, torn to shreds. And the rest of the ride, that, like, 2 minutes, like, around the corner to, like, Morgan's place, my car was just like, and I was like, oh my God, everything's wrong, and I don't have the money because I'm a college kid. I'm never going to be able to fix this. And I just had a super loud, like, fucked up muffler for, like a month after that, because, like, I didn't have the money to, like, fix it right away. It was, like, awful. God. Honestly, must have been so horrifying for Morgan at the time. Yeah. It was, like, actually a little bit insane. Tony Hawk Pro Skater Deer Carcass Edition. Yeah, it really was. It was just, like, the worst timing that could have possibly happened, for sure. That timing, though, your phone died right there. Right, yeah, it's so bizarre. My own car wreck was our 2003 Sunfire. I had a spin out going at 60 miles per hour on a two-way highway. Damn, very scary. Swerve off the road, but I legit, thank God, because if I had swerved to the left, I'd have been in a 60 plus 60 equals 120 mile an hour car crash. Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I remember learning when we had, like, police visit our school for, like a car accident safety, like, thing they did when we were, like, really young was, like, allegedly, because of the way that the human body is designed, something as low, and granted, it has to be under very specific circumstances, but something as low as a, like, 7 mile an hour car accident can, like, shatter, like, your collarbones and shit. It can just, like, destroy a bunch of bones in your body. And that's 7 miles an hour. So, I know, like, I've shared this one before as well. Scariest car accident in my life was back when I owned a Mercury Sable. And I was coming back from a party. Well, not coming back from a party at all. No, actually, I was still planning on going back. I had gone to a party earlier in the night, and I had only had one drink of beer while I was there, and I stayed for like 4 hours or something, and so obviously enough time for like that one beer to work through my body. I wasn't under the influence or anything like that, but I was very hungry. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was going around the party, and I was asking a bunch of friends. I was like, yo, I'm going to go make a quick McDonald's run. Does anyone want to come with? And my one friend, Chris, was like, yeah, dude, I'm totally down. I'm going to just give me a second. I'm kind of sleepy, so just give me a second to, like, get my shoes and everything. So I was like, all right, cool. I got to go to the bathroom. So I, like, went to the bathroom, came back. And as I came up to Chris, he was like, I'm really tired, man. I'm actually not going to go to McDonald's. I'm sorry, dude. I was like, no, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. What ended up happening was, as I was driving along, my friend's house, who I was driving from, was like in the middle of the woods. So I was kind of going a little bit faster than I should have. I think the speed limit was like 60, and I was going like 65, 70-ish, something like that. And I was rounding this super sharp corner, and my headlights suddenly illuminated a deer. I've had very bad luck with deer, as you guys can tell. Gotta be glad your last words to Morgan weren't, oh shit, yeah. The human body is like my immune system, 6-foot lead wall or sugar glass with no in between. Yeah, I mean, that is the human body. There's so many weird weaknesses to it and stuff. But my headlight suddenly illuminated a deer, and I did the thing you're not supposed to do, where instead of, hitting the brakes a little bit as much as I could to, like, just mitigate, like, the speed and actually, like, clip the deer or hit it, I did a big swerve. I did a huge swerve, actually, towards the, into the turn. I did this swerve, like, so over to the right side of the road, like the shoulder, and I hit this gigantic patch of gravel, because old country roads, not like the best paved. A lot of the times they're pretty much just loose gravel. And my car couldn't get a grip, so it spun out super, super intensely. Classical Brian line quoted for generations. Oh shit, yeah. Put it on a headstone. Oh god. I hope that's not my last words. I hope I hope I go out like with some like really wise like, make sure that you love with your whole heart because we don't have long in this life. Like, I hope I like leave with like some good advice or something. I don't know. Maybe something less cliche than that specifically, but I wouldn't mind not, something that wasn't that. Yeah, so I spun out though. Definitely swerved into a dirt pile on gravel roads before. Yeah, country road, take me home. God, that's what I was singing in my brain when I was spinning out here. But my car started spinning out. It was, did like a full, like 360 and then flew over an embankment that was like 15, 20 feet tall. And then like was spinning in the air. I remember feeling that because I was like everything felt like it was in slow motion in that moment and simultaneously happened in a split second. But I remember just being like, oh, fuck. Like, just, like, really, like, freaking out and, like, doing everything I could to, like, keep the car on the road. I thought in that moment, even though I'd driven on that road for a long time, because the embankment was so steep, I was like, in my brain, I was convinced I had flown off of the side of a cliff. And I was just like, I'm going to just, like, die like a movie villain or something. But my car spun and hit a tree. And a lot of you have heard this story before, but, and every sentence would live, love, laugh, just in case you die unexpectedly. Oh my God. That's a great idea, live, laugh, love. But my car hit a tree, and I blacked out because I got knocked out by the impact. And the last thing I remember, actually, was all the windows in my car exploding and shooting tiny shards of glass, like, inwards at me, basically. And live, laugh, love, lull. But then I blacked out because like the impact had knocked me the fuck out. And when I woke up, I was like covered in blood because like I didn't have any major injuries. This was super lucky. I had no major injuries, but I was like bleeding because like the glass had literally ripped like my skin open in some places. Nothing deep. It was all surface scratches, but it was just it was like I had just been like shot like with a bunch of like staples or something. I don't know how to describe it. Just like tiny little like surface wounds. But I looked over and there was a tree trunk halfway through the passenger side seat. And I was like really happy my friend Chris hadn't gone with me that night. So yeah, that was pretty traumatizing. I think that car could have maybe lasted at least a few more miles if I hadn't had that happen to me. So yeah. I just know that someone was looking out for me with my car accident back in June because it could have been easily fatal. Luckily, we all walked away from it. The police report still haunts me a bit because it says that the lady who hit me showed no signs of braking. Oh, God, that's so scary. That is really terrifying. Just no thoughts, head empty moment from her, really. Yeah, but that's something that, like, I know a lot of us have, like, car accident stories and stuff, but, like, I'm genuinely, like, permanently traumatized by that. Not to the point where, like, I'm afraid to drive or anything. I'm, like, well past, like, that type of fear. But I am definitely someone who, like, drives at exactly the speed limit now. Maybe a couple miles over the speed limit, because that was such a horrifying, situation for me. And Morgan makes fun of me now because she says I drive like a grandma, but that is part of the reason that I drive at the speed that I do, is because that was a really fucking scary accident. It was just like really intense. Glad you're okay, but any kind of accident can be traumatic. Yes, absolutely. 100% Yasmin. It's one of those things that, like, you know, it sticks with you because it is such a quick, intense thing. Even if, like, no one gets hurt in it, even if, like, your car is fine, even, like, fender benders, you know, you sort of have that moment of, like, embarrassment, but also, like, oh, God, is this going to be way worse than I think it's going to be? So, yeah, anytime someone's like, hey, I have this, like, huge fear of driving because of, like, a car wreck I got into or whatever, I'm like, yo, I get that. I very much get that. I pay piety to the traffic gods by going the speed limit to thank them for their blessings. Yeah, that's the way that it be. Because a lot of us got out of that kind of thing kind of scot-free, you know, which is nice. Very, very good. So, anyway, I can't remember how the fuck did this talk. Oh yeah, old stuff. People were telling me about old cars. I was like, how did this turn into story time again? What the fuck was I talking about? There was, did all of this spiral off of the talk about Halloween costumes? Someone, like, trace this backwards for me, because, like, I kind of feel like I just went insane for a little bit. Yes, it did. There's no fucking way. Wait, all the way? Like, all the way? From this conversation stemmed from The Matrix. Okay, so it came from The Matrix because of the age of The Matrix, and we talked about the age of media in general that we don't feel is that old, and then we talked about the oldness of cars and some cars lasting longer if they hadn't been in accidents. Okay, all right, that's fair. That's good. My mom has been in an unfortunately high amount of collisions. Oh my gosh. She's still going pretty strong. I remember once many years ago, I told her that she must have a guardian angel watching her. She said, that bastard did this to me. We were talking about Halloween costumes. We were. Yeah, that's absolutely fine that you disappeared for a little bit, Kymaranth. Yeah, we were talking about if you guys want to share what you're planning on doing for Halloween costumes, let us know. Would love to hear what people have for Halloween costume ideas, because so many of you are so creative, and even if you're not, like, it's still fun to talk about. It's like a collective thing that a lot of us do. So yeah. Lizzie, hello, hi, welcome to the stream. What you walked in on was the end of me telling the car crash story I've told like 20 times on this channel, but always have to tell anytime someone brings up car accidents. But welcome. We're just vibing. We were gonna do Little Nightmares 2 tonight, and then my internet said no. You don't get to. You get 0 frames tonight. You get to drop tens of thousands of frames because of the internet issues that I'm having. Because the provider that I have, it doesn't even know what's going on with my net. They were like, we don't know why your signal is so weak, but we can't send you a stronger signal through your fiber optic. That's like, great. I have absolutely no idea, but I'd love to do a Lady D cosplay. Hell yeah, that'd be dope. A lot of people, I found it really funny. So I did the TikTok and the Instagram posts and the live stream of me in the pumpkin spice latte outfit. And I guess it was probably just because of the hat with like the wide brim, but a lot of people thought I was doing Lady D cosplay, which I thought was kind of funny. Heck yeah, I'm going to be Ellie from The Last of Us 2. Nice. That's actually like probably a really easy closet cosplay to do because, you know, Ellie's just wearing like regular clothes and then what, you put some like mud and stuff on yourself, some dirt. I also just cut my hair today and it's hella close to Ellie's cut in the game. Nice. Perfect. Very, very perfect. Hey, Shane, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Student suggested I be a vending machine and pass out candy. That's kind of a cute idea. I like that. But here's the twist, though, is that Halloween is all about passing out candy anyway. So you can be whatever you want if you don't want to be a vending machine. Although that is kind of cute, though. I like the idea of that. Hope y'all are doing well. We're doing all right. We're hanging out. We're just vibing tonight. I'm so sorry again, guys. We didn't get to do spooky games. I promise you, here's my thing. So I know that I was like, oh, yeah, we hit the sub goal. We're going to do lots and lots of Dead by Daylight. It's going to become a regular thing. And I kind of have fallen through on that here. I think we've done Dead by Daylight twice since we hit that sub goal. I really want to do more of it. But here's the thing, guys. I want to do more horror in general. I am tired of being a giant weenie. And at the very least, if I'm going to be a giant weenie, it might as well be for the entertainment of others. So what I want to do is just incorporate more horror games into the channel in general. Like, is this something people would want to see? That is, I guess that's the question of the night. If there is the promise of me playing scary games that you will get to watch my face stretch out in fear because I am terrified of even like I can't even play fucking like Five Nights at Freddy's, guys. Like I'm afraid of all video games that have any semblance of horror in them. You have seen me shrilly scream into my microphone multiple times. So yeah, if that's something people want to see, I can definitely start doing more horror to make up for all the Halloween seasons that I didn't do a lot of horror. The fact that I'm sort of like a little bit slow on getting like Dead by Daylight incorporated more into the channel. If I'm like, yo, I promise that just like I'm doing like the monthly cosplay thing, maybe I'll do like at least once a month to start off with, like baby steps. You got to keep in mind that horror is the scariest thing in the world to me in game form. If I promise like once a month horror, if people are into that, then let's freaking do that. You know, let's freaking do that. Brian doing horror games? Yeah. Brian is a big boy now. Isn't Ghostface in Dead by Daylight now? Yes, Ghostface is. A lot of like iconic horror villains are in Dead by Daylight, including like Michael from Halloween, which I was thinking about it, and I think like either Phantasm or Halloween is my favorite classic horror series. But I think it's Halloween. Just because even though like I don't know, there's just something really iconic about it. Like, are they the best movies in the world? No, absolutely not. But there's something so iconic about Michael Myers. Erica, hello, hi, welcome. Yes, horror. Manager of Weenie Hut Jr. Yeah, that's absolutely me. Silver, thank you so much for the 15-month resub. I really appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much for using your Prime for 15 months. That is a long amount of time to be a part of this, where you don't even know if I'm going to be able to stream anything, where I might just have a bad MS Paint drawing up on the screen for an hour and 48 minutes. Who knows? Thank you so much for your continued support of this stream. I love horror, but the amount of times I almost started crying at Resident Evil 8 is almost enough to strip me of my horror lover title. Is it that scary? I've heard good things about it. I didn't hear that it was actually, like, that scary, though. I just heard that it was, like, kind of badass, because, like, Resident Evil definitely transformed into more of an action horror game over the years, starting with 4 especially. But, yeah, I mean, if it's that scary, maybe it's one we'll have to check out at some point. I hear that it's very, very good, though. But, yeah, okay. we'll start doing regular horror, and by regular I mean like at least once a month. And then if it goes over well, or if I start feeling a little bit more bold, maybe we'll do it, twice a month, and then see where we go from there. I don't know. I'm going to try to figure it out, and I'm going to try to definitely play more Dead by Daylight as well. Does Alan Wake count as horror because I'm still excited for that? Yes. Alan Wake is very much a horror game. It definitely has a lot of, very much like Resident Evil has like a lot of action moments, but it is at its core very much a spooky, scary game with some really creepy psychological shit. I haven't looked at like the listed trigger warnings in it in a while, so I want to make sure that I create a really good content warning for it, especially since it should have a pretty comprehensible one since it's such an old game. But it is a game that I really enjoyed playing when I was an Xbox 360 player, back when it released for that. And I think it would be a fun one to bring to the channel, because it does have a lot of adventure game elements to it as well. My food is finally done after 1.5 hours of cooking. Oh my gosh, that's a long time. What are you making, like a brisket? Playing Metroid Dread at the start almost felt like a horror game. Man, I love that game. I love the almost like anxiety, like pressure that most Metroid games create, because obviously there's like limited resources in the beginning. You're outclassed by most enemies. It is very intense, and it might not necessarily be horror, but it gives you that sort of pressure, that sense of like anxiety. Also, I've never played a Resident Evil game, so I went in blind. To me, Resident Evil 2 will always be the scariest one, but that might be because I played it when I was like 15 years old or whatever. I don't know, man. Is anything more scary than hearing big Heffa-man's colossal footsteps above you trying to hunt you down as you had like a baby in a safe room? I mean, everyone has different versions of horror, and I guess like evaluations of horror. For me, things that create a really scary atmosphere with like psychological, like twisted, creepy elements, that is way scarier to me than jump scares. Jump scares to me are just like an anticipation thing. Like you're waiting to be jump scared. So that part of it is what's nerve-wracking, not the actual scare that comes itself. And, anyone can be startled by anything. Like, I could accidentally knock over a box of my, like, Pokemon cards right now, and that would surprise me. I'd be, like, put in a negative mood because that happened. Whereas, like, true horror to me is stuff that, like, creeps you out, gets under your skin, you think about it even afterwards, and you're like, oh, that was pretty spooky. Layers of Fear was a big thing like that for me. Was, like, most of it was not jump scares. Most of it was just twisted, terrifying moments that like truly played on like primal human fears of like being in the dark or not knowing what was going to be around the next corner. Also the whole like just theme of a dude who was like using like blood as like an art medium, like ugh, it's pretty creepy. I like that one a lot, despite the fact that I'm probably never going to play 2 because you guys told me Bloober Team is not like the best dev out there, which is too bad because I really did like Layers of Fear 1 a lot. Brian, it's a turkey, mashed potato, and gravy meal that's supposed to feed 4. Oh, made it in the oven from Frozen? Is it like one of those awesome like Hungry Man TV dinners? Because I love those. Those are so good. Creamy George, yeah, Creamy George. What a classic meme from the Layers of Fear playthrough. The Layers of Fear playthrough that took me like 2 or 3 years to beat. Same, I'm not one for gore. I prefer my mind to be absolutely demolished. Yeah, that's another thing, too, is, like, I don't like when, I guess, like, things are just focused on, like, the gross-out factor. Like, gore can be an effective thing in movies and books and comics and video games and stuff like that, but a lot of the times the over-reliance on it just doesn't make it scary. It just makes it, like, hey, man, who made this, like, have you talked to a therapist recently? Like, are you okay? Are things all right at home? You know how to stay cozy even though your socks are being scared off of you? A nice Girbeagly hoodie to keep you feeling warm and fuzzy. Oh, boy, Lizzie. Corpse Party is one of my favorite horror games. Your Let's Play of it was great. I'm glad that you think so. Thank you. That was from such a long time ago. But that game... That was a game that is a perfect example of the psychological horror aspect was a lot scarier because it didn't have an over-reliance on graphics because it's a pixelated, like, RPG Maker style game. And that was way scarier to me than a lot of the 3D horror games I played. Just finished Layers of Fear tonight. Nice. Yeah, it's a hell of a trip. That's a heavy game. Nothing is as startling as the liberal agenda, though. Rhett and Link very recently uploaded a horror short film, and I'm still thinking about it. Nice. I bet that was cool. I haven't checked it out yet. I actually didn't even know that was happening, but I'm a big fan of their work. I actually even, like, brought them up earlier. Morgan and I were, like, having a random talk about, like, creators, and I brought them up as my example because I watched them for so long back in the day. They're like YouTube OGs. They've been around for so long. The first time I saw a playthrough of the Little Nightmares 2 and they got to the crawling hand, I almost noped right out of the video because I literally made my skin crawl. Have I gotten to the crawling hand? Yes, I did. Never mind. Yeah, we did get to that segment. Oh, God, there was all the, like, weird mannequin part things. That's where we were in the game. God, I'm kind of happy that this happened so I didn't have to play that tonight then. Holy shit, I would have pooped my pants. Because I would have gone into it blind again. I wouldn't have remembered that it was, like, a thing that was happening in the game. And I would like to play more of it, though. I really would like to play more of it. But I'm glad that you guys prompted me. Also, sorry for using the phrase going in blind there. I know that's one that a lot of my friends in the disability community have been telling me isn't a great phrase to use anymore, just as a heads up to people who might not know as well. So I've been trying to work that out of my vocabulary as much as possible. I'm here now. Hey, guys. Lucky Soup. Hey, what's up? It's been a while. Good to see you. I hope that you've been well. Girbeagly beanie, pants, and socks so I can rep from head to toe. Lizzie, all I gotta say is, so obviously, the spring/summer line, still pretty fresh, still pretty new. Fall, we're in the middle of fall right now. But there are those cold months in the year. I don't want to leave too many people, you know, one of the big feedback things I got for why the spring line didn't do quite as hot as the first launch is people were like, yo, not enough cozy clothes in this. Like, yeah, we like the long sleeves, we like the designs and stuff, but not enough cozy clothes. Where's like the hoodies in this line? Where's like the cozy stuff? Beanies, pants, hoodies, socks. Weird that you would mention those types of things. Strange. Anyway, just a quick aside. I was just musing out loud, guys. I didn't even really even have a point with that. I was just musing out loud. So, good to know because I didn't realize. I would love a Girbeagly beanie. I mean, that's a neat thing. That's a neat idea. The stitching on Springtrap is almost done, and then I can go take a friggin' shower. Nice! Good work. Because Brian missed it, I'm eating a Schwann's meal that my dad gave me because it fell off of his truck. Wait, Silver, I think you might have shared before that your dad is a Schwann man. I just have to say this right now. When I was a kid, I got more excited when the Schwann man came down the street than when the ice cream man came down the street. When the Schwann truck went by our street, I didn't realize you like had to order those. At least back in the 90s, you had to order them from like a magazine and like a phone line, and then they would come and they'd deliver you your stuff. I thought it was like an ice cream truck where you like if you ran out your front door with like money in your hand, they'd stop and like give you like a frozen like TV dinner or whatever. I didn't realize that when I was a child. So anytime the Schwann man would drive down our street, I'd get super excited. I'd be like, Mom, Schwann man's here. We got to buy like frozen chicken nuggets. We got to get like, we got to get all the like chocolate bars. We got to get like the turkey dinners. Cause like I loved them. I don't know why. I was in love with like the food that Schwann like created as like quick like TV dinner style meals and shit. And my mom would always have to like explain, like, we can't do that. Like, you have to order it ahead of time. And I'd be like, but if we run out of the door with like a $10 bill, maybe he'll stop and give us something. Nope, that's not the way it works. God, day 7,362,528 of asking for edible stickers. Brian, I will do a full outfit of Girbeagly merch walking promo around my campus. Lizzie, I don't want someone to like beat you up though. I don't want someone to bully you. So I can't promise that. Randy, thank you for the bit. Just checking, are we all hydrated tonight? We're doing our best. Staying hydrated, you know. Long sleeve shirt with long dad. That's kind of how my parents met. My older brother really wanted peach ice cream and chased down the Schwan man. No way. That's so cute. I like that. Yeah, I liked Schwan trucks more than I liked ice cream trucks when I was a kid. I told you guys, I'm not like a big dessert or sweets person. I'm like, I'd rather have like 4 extra servings of like the super savory food. There was one time that my dad stopped a Schwan's driver and asked if he could buy something from his truck, and we ended up getting some ice cream or something. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, what an accommodating person. Schwan's man, I miss our Schwan's man so much. He was always so nice. The best pierogies, ice cream, cookie sandwiches, and mozzarella sticks came from Schwan's. Yes, the Schwan's mozz sticks. God, I wish I could still eat cheese regularly because those are fantastic. I'm already a walking billboard for Cloak. I don't mind being one for Girbeagly. Oh. Yeah, it was really funny. When I was hanging out with Mark, I forgot what their like recent jackets looked like the new ones they just dropped. And he was like putting one on like the first night. He came in the door with it on and he was taking it off. And I was like, hey, dude, nice jacket. And he was like, thanks, man. Comes from this brand called Cloak. You might have heard of them. And I was like, oh yeah, they sent me some merch once. That's kind of neat. And he was like, oh, once? You should buy more. In Minnesota, it was a scheduled thing, but also it was door to door if you were a regular customer. Now you have to order online or pay a fee. Yeah, I figured they probably would have swapped over to like an online system by this point. Ooh, maybe I should check if there's Schwan's people in my area. I've never looked, but now that this deep memory and joy is unlocked in my brain, I'm gonna buy Schwan's food now. Someone would beat up Lizzie to get all those cool threads. God. If I had to do it for anyone, it's for Long Dad. Oh God. I'm gonna start selling like those really cheesy car wraps. You know how like people put like the wraps on their car of like they'll put like the Monster logo along the side as like a big decal, or like put like an anime character on the hood of their car or whatever. I should make like one that's just of my face but stretched out so it's Long Dad face. Now you guys can embarrass yourselves more. And then you'll have more car accident stories because people will then probably try to hit your car so that you can't drive that anymore. I miss my Schwan's man so much. I want Schwan's again, but I know it won't be him driving. But man, do I want those pierogies and bratwurst. I mean, worth. Lizzie just convinced me to finally buy the edutainment ringer tee. What? Really? Oh, I hope that you like it. I really like that shirt a lot. Ethan was wearing that while we were hanging out in LA, and it meant a lot to see my merch on a friend. Gotta go shower. Enjoy your shower. What exactly is Schwan's? Cecilia, very lost Canadian. So it's like a order ahead like food delivery service. So they have like a bunch of meals that you can buy. Like, so if you're a single mom who works 2 jobs, loves her kids. Oh God. All right. If you are someone who's like, hey, I don't really like have time to cook every day, or like sometimes I just want to like make a fun meal for everyone. You can order Schwan's meals online, and it's everything ranging from like appetizers, like, you know, mozzarella sticks, or like French fries, ice cream, you know, basics, stuff like that, snack foods, whatever. But then they also have like full ass meals you can buy. If you're like, I want to buy a bunch of Salisbury steaks that I just toss in the oven for like an hour, and then we have like Salisbury steak for like the family to like feed 4. You can get that from Schwan's, and they just come and they like deliver it. They drop it off at your doorstep. It's really awesome, actually. So like a cool like food delivery option for people who like don't go to the grocery store or don't want to, or just like don't have time to cook very often. So yeah. Didn't the Try Guys do that to Eugene? Oh wait, did they make a car wrap of Eugene? Wrap myself in it? Oh no. Look at me go. My merch promos are working. Is my check in the mail yet? Yes, it's on its way. Nice Reba Show reference. Listen, TikTok has rotted my brain. But at the same time, also, I've seen multiple episodes of Reba in my life. I won't say that I was like a sit down and watch the whole series kind of fan, but that's just because I don't like sitcoms that much in general. But I have seen a couple episodes. But TikTok, anytime a TikTok sound happens, even if it's something from my past that like was previously iconic, I'm like, what the hell, dude? You know? That's such a cool service. Sounds quite accessible too, which is always a plus. Yeah, it is very accessible, and they do cover like a fairly large area when it comes to food delivery and things like that. And like I said, there's so many different varieties of items that you can buy from them that it ends up that, like, you know, if you're someone who has like a certain intolerance to certain foods, or if you have you know, like an allergy or whatever, that you can find something offered through, I guess now, their website. We used to get the Schwann's catalog, and as a kid, I would hang out and I would like read that. Like, not even a fucking joke. I would read that catalog. So, yeah. That's how excited I would get about the Schwann's, man. Jordan was wearing the Girbeagly logo shirt a few streams ago because he's got a rep Ryan. Oh, I love it. I was just gaming with Jordan for the first time in like a month or like 3 weeks or something. Last night we finally got to catch up a little bit more, and we were playing some Final Fantasy 14, just vibing together in Discord. Yeah, but Jordan's told me multiple times that's his go-to favorite shirt, which makes me really happy to know that he loves it. That's really sweet. That's really, really nice. Is Keith, Zach, and Ned's faces all over Eugene's brand new car? Oh, God. That's actually really funny that they did that. Easily entertained, young Mr. Long was. I found a lot of ways. Again, guys, when I was a kid, I did not have, like, many friends. So, like, I found, like, the weirdest, like, most hyper-specific ways to entertain myself, like, day in and day out. Like, not even a fucking joke. Like, holy crap. Was a toxic streamer dunking on a 12-year-old kids in Overwatch with Jordan? No, we weren't playing Overwatch this time. We only played Final Fantasy 14, which was so funny because, like, neither of us have played it in about a month, and we were like, what the fuck's happening in this game right now? We have no idea. We do not know what's going on in this game right now. Yeah. If you scream now, I will give you $1,000. Ah! Pay up. Where's the $1,000? If you lied to me, I have mods that will ban you. Fucking liars on the internet. Unbelievable. But yeah, no, we actually haven't played Overwatch in a while, partially because Blizzard is poo-poo stinky and needs to do a lot of work to change their work environment. And then, yeah, I don't know, just one of those things that it just morally kind of doesn't sit right with us. That's how both of us have sort of landed on a decision for what games we're playing at the moment. Blizzard be sucky? Yeah, that is probably the nicest way to put it. So, yeah. Speaking of Final Fantasy 14, I used a Voss bottle to make a glass bottle with my Warrior of Light. Hell yeah. Hello, by the way, 1 billion. Nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome. Good news, I'm having a really great night tonight. That's wonderful, Randy. I'm so happy to hear that. I seriously am super, super happy to hear that. Again, like, I started the stream with, like, high hopes for what we were going to do. I was really looking forward to playing some of our Little Nightmares 2, and then the internet shit its pants, so none of that tonight. I'm so sorry to anyone who's looking forward to more gameplay, since I haven't done any now in a little bit over a week, but I promise that we'll get back to it. I'm really excited to do more House Flipper, actually. I was thinking about it the entire time I was gone. I was like, I'm actually so excited to get back to House Flipper. That will be really fun. But I hope that we've been able to make tonight work together. I hope that just chilling out and vibing and talking and stuff is is enough for people, because this is the aspect I miss the most, is like playing games is fun, playing House Flipper, goofing around, doing whatever. That's always fun, but checking in with you guys, talking to all of you is the part that I care the most about. That's the part that, you know, the community is based around. I don't really care about the rest of it as much. Med check, yes, thank you for the med check, Silver. Hey, what's up? Nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Hi, welcome. I bought I bought House Flipper and haven't been able to stop playing. That's great. I'm so glad you like it. I've only played it that one time, but I've really enjoyed my time with it so far. I have enjoyed fixing up places. I'm assuming that it gets more and more complicated as we unlock more tools and bigger properties and stuff like that. But I also know the game is so old at this point, there is a shit ton of content for us to do. And guys, Power Wash Simulator just had a big update recently, and they added more stuff in the patch to wash. So I'm kind of excited for that as well. Well, not kind of. Why am I lying to you? I'm so fucking excited for that. You guys know I love that game. Not gonna lie, when I tuned in and saw the Just Chatting screen, I thought it was Sunday already. I missed a whole day. No. That's why we have the caveat up top of my internet. So good right now that we're just chatting. So if you don't see that, then it's a no face cam stream most of the time. But if that guy's up there, that my internet's so good right now, little line, that's because the internet is treating me super special during the night. Totally cool to just vibe, especially considering I'd head out once Little Nightmare starts since I can't deal with that game. Oh, okay. Well, I'm so sorry. I know that horror is not going to be for everyone either, but I do know that a lot of you guys also do like it. So if you guys... You know, not every stream's going to be made for everyone. If you are someone who ducks out and isn't able to handle it, just needs to chill or whatever, totally understandable. Absolutely not taking that personally. That is one of those things that is up to you and your comfort level. And I would much rather have you monitor that and, you know, feel as protected as possible, whether that is turning the audio off, putting the stream on in the background, or even just leaving the stream completely. Please do that for your own sake. That's nothing I'm ever gonna like be upset about. I get it, especially with horror content. I can barely watch it as well when it comes to like video games. Something just again about having player control the actions. Something about that like creeps me out. And a lot of times, horror games are much longer than a horror movie, for instance. So it's just constant anxiety. So I get that. Toxic Streamer lies to chat about his excitement about a game update. True. Power Wash Pog? Yes. I fucking love Power Wash Sim. Like, unironically, probably my favorite game I've played all year. I just really fucking love it. It's so chill. It is genuinely like the most chill time I've ever had playing any video game. There's no time limit. There's no like resource limit on the amount of water you can spray. You can unlock upgrades. The maps that you get to clean and stuff are like really fun. I don't know. Something about it just hits all the right boxes for me, and it makes me very, very happy. If you don't even see the drawn image of Brian, have I got some bad news about your internet? I only see a high-def selfie of Brian, nothing else at all. Absolutely nothing alluding to internet issues. True. Very true. It definitely took me a while to find my limits with horror, but even if you're playing a game I can't deal with, I usually just mute the tab and do something else so it counts for the view. What the? Kai Morant, that's really nice of you. Thank you. That's really, really sweet. Only game better than Power Wash Simulator this year is Kena. Yeah, Kena, honestly, very quickly shot up to like one of my top 3. And granted, we haven't gotten through that many games this year. I was thinking back on it and I was like, man, without like brute forcing through like pile of shame games or doing anything like that, like holy shit, we really haven't like beaten a lot of games this year. I want to change that next year. And granted, 2021 was exceptionally hard for me. A lot of terrible things happened that really sidelined like my motivation to do things. And you guys have stuck through the whole time, and I really appreciate that a lot. But I'm hoping in 2022 we beat a lot more games, and also, you know, closing out the year here, we're able to beat a whole bunch more also. Amanda, take care, get some good rest. Thank you so much for chilling with us. That and Boyfriend Dungeon. Yeah, I did also like Boyfriend Dungeon. Actually, Jordan was telling me he beat Boyfriend Dungeon last night, and that it was one of their favorite games of the year, and that made me really happy. As Jordan said, that they really, really enjoyed the ending of that game. So I liked that. I think that with the first Little Nightmares 2 stream, I just had it on in the background because I didn't think I could watch it. But I have since seen 3 playthroughs, so I know what parts I need to prepare myself for when I see gameplays now. See, I wish I had that foresight a little bit, because I do not know anything that's coming up, and I'm not happy about that. Boyfriend, like the long neck lady almost gave me a heart attack when we were playing that. Boyfriend Dungeon is such a wonderful game. I love it. It's really sweet. It is. And so I'm part of the Kit Fox, the devs who made Boyfriend Dungeon. I'm part of their Discord. And one of the fans that was in the Discord the other day was talking about how even though the subject matter in the game is like a little bit heavy, especially with like the Eric storyline and stuff, the idea of the game itself helped them take a step back and like reevaluate some of the relationships they were in and go, oh my God, some of the things that I've allowed to happen to me that I've just like put up with are really toxic things. And it helped like open their eyes and like reevaluate and get to a healthier spot. And the fact that, movies can do that for people, and TV shows and books and comics and whatever, like you find that thing that resonates with you, music, whatever, that sort of taps into a part of your soul and sometimes can completely change your outlook or help you through a rough part of life or whatever. And to know that the game Boyfriend Dungeon, which is very much disguised as this like memey, goofy dating sim type thing, but is so much deeper than that, is something that allowed someone to connect the dots in their own life and, feel really, really happy that they had made this progress. I think is a really wonderful, special thing. Like, genuinely a really, really wonderful thing. Shane, thank you for the 50 bits. I'm going to be crashing soon, too. Sorry I haven't been around lately. Please don't apologize about that. 2020 and 2021, 2 of the longest years of my whole life. Like, seriously. You just joined the Discord? Awesome. Hopefully we'll see you around over there as well. Take care. Thank you so much for the bits. Have a wonderful night. And Ina gifting a full year as well, Shane. Enjoy the emotes and the sub badge for a full year longer. Ina, that is so much after all that you've already done this stream. Seriously, thank you very, very much. That's really, really a wild amount. Thank you so, so much. I like watching horror games playing. No, thank you. The pros can do that. Yeah, so, right before you joined, I was asking Stream because I feel like really bad that we hit the sub goal for Dead by Daylight. And I was like, yeah, we're going to do regular Dead by Daylight. And also, like, just being sidelined by, like, today we're having, like, really bad internet issues. I don't think you were in the stream when I was explaining it, but, like, the tech that I called today literally was like, I don't know what's wrong with your signal, but I've literally never seen a signal this bad going through a fiber optic cable, so I don't know why we're not able to feed you a better signal right now. And I have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament tomorrow morning, so I'm fucked, I think, but we're gonna see if it works. Maybe they'll put up the little caricature that they drew that I tweeted out earlier as like my face cam, and then they won't like show my gameplay or something. I don't know. But like or they'll only show my gameplay or something is what I mean. Because they should be able to do that part remotely at the very least. But yeah, so there's a lot of like crossed wires right now that are sort of interfering with what I need to do, which is a bummer. But yeah, I because of that, like we missed out on Little Nightmares 2 tonight. And that really bums me out because I was like pumped. I was talking to Morgan. I was like, I'm just going to do Little Nightmares 2. I'm going to brute force my way through it. I'm going to be scared, but it's going to be fun and everyone's going to have a great time. And my energy was so big. And then I hit start streaming and I immediately dropped 10,000 frames. So we didn't get to do that tonight and that's a bummer. And granted, it's out of my control and therapy is teaching me I can't get too stressed about things out of my control because they're out of my control. I didn't do this. This is something that will need to get fixed by other people. But I am still very disappointed. So what we're going to do is not only are we going to make sure that a lot of the games that are coming up here in November are going to be horror games as well, but just going forward, onward, because I haven't done my due diligence of playing Dead by Daylight as much as I wanted to either when we hit the sub goal. We're going to be doing a lot more Dead by Daylight. We're going to be doing a lot more regular horror in general. And by a lot more, I mean at least once a month, because that's an obtainable, realistic thing for me, especially with how scared I get of horror games. But you guys are going to have a lot of content of me screaming and pooping my pants on stream. So, yeah. Ina's never going to get me with one of those gift sub bombs because I've got a recurring sub. Yeah, that is the way that it works, Max. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's been people who are like, damn, this community gives so many subs that I don't even have to sub. And then they just like wait for one to land in their lap, which almost always happens. Brian, I'm going to be a brave boy. Internet, hello, no, you're not. Yeah, I mean, instead of just, I'm kind of, I was all ready to go. I was so freaking ready to go. I'm so sad that it didn't happen tonight, but it is what it is. Tonight's stream has been wonderful either way. It's been a great time, honestly. Kymaranth, I'm so glad you think so. Seriously, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that a lot. No, I wasn't here, and hopefully you can get it fixed before tomorrow morning. That blows. I'm sorry, dude. But new day tomorrow. Yeah, well, they won't be able to get it done before the stream is the issue, so we're going to have to sort of rough it out and see how it works and see how Yu-Gi-Oh! And Konami want to make do with what they can make do with. But hopefully the tech comes tomorrow. Hopefully the tech also doesn't arrive. I was talking to stream about this earlier. I hope that they don't arrive during the stream, because if they arrive during the stream, and especially if the guy shuts the internet off before asking me, and it's in the middle of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament, I'm fucked. So I hope that doesn't happen. I hope they actually like knock on the door. Best case scenario is they arrive here after I'm done with my stream. And then we can get this shit fixed, and Morgan can have a nice smooth stream, and then Sunday stream will be smooth as well. But we'll see what happens. I've heard DBD has been making a lot of changes that are really good. Nerfs to killers like Spirit and Gunslinger. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't been reading much on the like patch notes or the meta or anything, but that's great to hear if they are doing it. I can't believe they put Ashley Roboto into DBD. Yeah, I love that. The new character, it's so funny because it has like Mika's like full name, Michaela, that character, but she looks exactly like Ashley Roboto. And if you guys don't know my friend Ashley Roboto, she is a amazing Twitch streamer. I love her so much. She's so wonderful. Please, please, please follow her. Please check out her streams. I love Ashley so much. She's so great. They're opening the Canadian-US border again soon, so we'll finally get to hang out in person, which is going to be really exciting. That's something we've both been looking forward to for a while now, so we'll hopefully be able to do that before the snow starts falling. But yeah, definitely looks a lot like her with the new character model. Have Morgan watch Internet Box. Yeah, I mean, she's going to be on door duty tomorrow. She already agreed, which is really nice of her. I say we make our own internet provider, as if there's not only one internet provider who limits the speed providers can have. Let's make our own and overthrow. I wish it was that easy, right? I mean, here's the thing, though. My internet provider, this is only, since I've gotten this is only like the third big issue we've ever had with them, which is much better than the like 3,000 bad issues I had with Spectrum. So overall, I'm really happy with this service. Just because we're having a blip right now doesn't mean that that's going to be a permanent thing. It sounded like they did want to help me, just not in the time frame I needed them to help me in. But that's understandable as well, because they are a smaller local fiber optic company, and hopefully we'll have, speeds of like 500 again. That would be really nice. We'll see what happens. So, yeah. The character is Ash's twin. Yeah, seriously. It really is, for sure, for sure. Heck yeah, that's so exciting. Yes, very exciting. I'm going to probably be signing off myself soon. I need to collect myself and get things done tomorrow, like cleaning, mailing care packages, trying to fix that washer, which is actually broken for real. I'm still stinky. But you're all wonderful. I love this community so much, and I hope to be here again soon. Give all your animal friends head kisses and take care. Randy, take care. Thank you so much for hanging with us. Seriously. Have a good rest. Hopefully everything that needs to get done gets done smoothly for you. Issues with this provider, can count them from memory to know this is the third. Issues with Spectrum, yeah, exactly. Yeah, good night to you, Randy. Anyone who's here in chat who wants to say good night to Randy, please do so, because that's always a nice thing. It's always nice when we greet each other and say goodbye. You guys are always so amazing about that, so kind to each other. It's a huge part of the reason this community is just the best place on the internet, in my opinion. But yeah, if they're all gone, we're in control. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm sure someone here does. I mean, internet monopolies in general are just such bullshit, and it's just very bizarre that we have like anti-monopoly laws, and yet they are one of the most egregious versions of like corporate monopolies in the world with a modern technology that like people need and not everyone has access to because they're like priced out of it or whatever, or they refuse to build more cable lines or whatever into like low income areas or areas that are like, you know, more rural. It's always a bummer to see that kind of shit. And I hope there's a change eventually. I don't know if there will be, because that's just how rich people stay rich, as they continue to, you know, double down on the behaviors that got them there in the first place. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, no bias at all. Did you know it's the same damn thing with glasses companies? They all come from the same place. Yeah, I mean, that's like probably 90% of industry in the U.S. is owned by like 4 different companies. So crazy to me that internet still isn't treated as a utility. Yeah, especially because like in a lot of other countries it is. Like in Korea, for instance, like it is government regulated. Like it has to be a certain speed, have a certain amount of reliability, etc. Like that is considered a human right / utility that people have access to. America has anti-monopoly laws. Also, America allows monopolies to happen as long as they're not blatant. Yeah. Very weird. It's just a bizarre thing for sure. But I would argue that like they are blatant because like imagine the last time you saw like a Verizon or AT&T commercial, right? And they do the thing where they're like, check out our coverage map compared to these other guys. And then like the other guys that they're showing are all in areas outside of like Verizon's coverage map. They literally just straight up showed you, like, we control these parts of the country, and we don't allow any other companies to flourish here but us. Like, that's kind of just pretty bold, in my opinion. That is, like, straight up, like, just flaunting it. That, hey, we did this thing. You get to choose between us and this shitty, like, Boost Mobile, like, tower here in the middle of the state. But outside of that, it's just us. So take your pick. Good luck, idiot. Exactly. It's not a secret, but it's well enough hidden that like, yeah, right. There's so many loopholes that allow it for it. And it's wacky to see. The only Monopoly I like is the board game. And even then, that is a board game designed to destroy friendships. That is the type of board game that like, you know, you play it and you're having fun the first like 3 or 4 rounds, right? And then like by round like 10, your friend owns all of Boardwalk and has like rolled like the best like utility cards and or like community chest cards, and you're like, yo, dude, fuck this game, fuck you, how dare you like charge me money when I land on Boardwalk trying to get to go. Like that Monopoly is designed to hurt people. They're not blatant in the sense that like 90% of the grocery store comes from one company, but you can't tell because they're branded differently. Yeah. I mean, but still at the same time, you know, those of us with the big brand, guys, time to spam Girbeagly. We're the ones with the big evolved brains. We notice these things. We've seen these details between the cracks. We know. Spam that Girbeagly if you feel big brain right now. We even had the bigger company buy out a smaller company and their internet lines, but of course their service is still so and goes out every other week. Yeah, so Time Warner used to be the monopoly here for internet, and I remember when Spectrum moved in the area, and people were like, yay, Spectrum, they're a different company. And they were like, oh yeah, so we did buy out Time Warner in the area. but we're not going to lay new like cable lines, and we're not going to expand our service area, and we're actually gonna like increase the price a little bit. But it's gonna be hidden behind the like, you're a new Spectrum customer, so you get like the price you were paying at half the price for 1 year. And then it like tripled after that. But they came into the area and they bought out everything. But specifically Time Warner that like owned like 95% of Rochester's internet. And instead of like being like, yeah, now we have like new, like servers and we have like new like cable lines and stuff. They were like, yeah, we're just using the old equipment. Like, because I remember calling when it happened and being like, hey, so I have this old modem from Time Warner and it really sucks ass, but you guys gave it to me. Or they gave it to me. Can I like trade this in for like a better Spectrum modem? And they were like, no, keep it. Because we're going to use all the same equipment. And I was like, but that doesn't make sense. Like, what? Wait, what? So that was a fun, like, slap in the face moment. I was just like, oh, neat. Literally required to have Spectrum because they bought out Time Warner Cable, but it only just started being the required internet service, so everyone's breaking contracts against their will. Oh, boy, fun. People, yay, down with the old tyrants, new tyrants. Yes, indeed, hooray for the new tyrant people. Wait, yeah, pretty much. That's exactly how it was. So, like, Greenlight's been around for a while, but they were operating in a really small area in the Rochester area, and they just recently started expanding a lot more aggressively. So I'm happy that there's some form of competition that is sneaking into neighborhoods now, because all my friends that I know here in Rochester, anytime we're like talking about internet, I'm like, Greenlight in your area yet? And they'll be like, oh yeah, it just came here, but I haven't checked it out. And I'll be like, get it now. Like, I promise you, like, everything's going to run a lot better. You're going to be able to, like, actually watch Netflix without it buffering 50 times. Like, get it right now. I promise you it's way better. So that's what we like to see, like, the homegrown local companies, and we hope that they can push back enough over time. Probably not in my lifetime, but we'll see. Austin was telling me that his Spectrum uses coax connections. Yes, a lot of Spectrum still uses coax. The king is dead. Long live the king. I pay almost $270 a month for the only unlimited internet option, which is supposed to be 1 gigabyte down. Needless to say, it's not. Yeah, here's the thing. They always have that little tiny asterisks in all their contracts that are like, up to speeds of 1 gigabyte down. And you go, and no one ever like really pays mind to it, because they're like, oh wow, that is really good, because what if it does hit that? That would be amazing. And they always have that in there just as the clause to be like, yeah, we're not gonna ever give you that. It just could happen. So it's sort of like when you go to a store and it's like big clearance sale with prices like as low as like $3.99, and then you look through the rack of clothes and there's like basic t-shirts that are $3.99, and then you find the shirt you actually like and you're like, whoa, this is kind of nice, and it's still like, like $19.99. That's the way that it is. It's just very, I hate that they're allowed to get away with language like that and something that essentially becomes a contract at some point. Hello, you've used too much of your unlimited internet. Please slow down. Right, yeah. That's the other thing, is they're like, hey, you bought the unlimited plan, sure, but you have used a lot of bandwidth this month, and as a result, we're going to choke your bandwidth. We're going to make your speeds like a tenth of what what you're paying for. Here's the kicker is, and people who have been here in the community for a couple years now will know this one. When we lived at our old place, I really, really, really wanted faster internet speeds, and I was like, oh, we must be on like the basic plan. We must be like on the shittiest like Spectrum plan. Like, no wonder why the internet sucks. I went to their website, called them up, and I was like, hey, I see here on your website, like, you have this like unlimited, like speed plan, like internet bandwidth plan. I would like to get that. I'm willing to pay the hundreds of dollars a month just for the internet service. for this like unlimited speed. And they were like, yeah, we don't offer that in your area. And I was like, what? Wait, what? And I was like, well, how is it implemented normally? And they're like, yeah, well, we just, we have special dedicated servers that, we give you that level of bandwidth, and we run, it through the same cable and whatever. And I was like, so you run it through the same cable, and you're telling me you have these servers here in Rochester, but you don't offer that specific contract / plan in the area. I was like, I'm willing to pay you, a company I hate, hundreds more a month for better internet. What are you missing here? Like, is this not the evil corporate plan you guys always have? Like, what's going wrong? What miscommunication happened? Hey, take care. Good luck at work tomorrow. I hope that you have a good weekend. Seriously. But it was just like a very silly, silly thing where it's like, so you guys have the equipment. You do this in areas nearby, but you just don't do it in my area just because. And they couldn't explain why that was. It was really silly. I had to get it for all of 2020 because of work from home and my boyfriend getting laid off and being on home all the time playing online. We literally devour the limited packages in no time flat. It's ridiculous how much more it is than everything else. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the whole thing too, is like, again, like, especially because it's not being regulated or treated as like a basic utility. It is such a bummer when you just like don't get what you paid for. I really wish there were more regulations, and there was a little bit of a push for those. New York State, and you guys, again, those of you who are a little bit more old school, remember when I went through this, where I was just like, oh, Tom Rutledge, CEO of like Spectrum, is like the shittiest motherfucker on the planet, and like I had like Tom Rutledge like hate rants that went on for like 45 minutes during stream, because I would get so mad about the fact that we were dropping like tens of thousands of frames a stream. Like what's happening tonight with this screen being up is what would happen every stream for months and months and months. I wasn't able to stream for like 2 months straight because the internet was so bad. It wouldn't even like let me connect OBS to like Twitch. So I would like freak out, and I had these like very Tom Suckledge, more like it, yeah. I'd have these like long rants about it and stuff. But Tom Rutledge and Spectrum ended up getting sued by New York State, like taken to court and sued, because New York State found out they were getting boned so hard because Spectrum had promised certain things that they never delivered. They were like, yeah, we're going to build out cable lines to these parts of New York State that are like more rural and don't have access to high-speed internet. And we're going to guarantee that everyone gets this much speed in their home when they sign up for Spectrum. And they basically just like false advertised so much that the Attorney General of New York sued them. And then they had to like make like reparations essentially, where they were like giving us faster speed and like it reduced our bills and stuff. But then they pushed back so hard on New York State that New York State gave up like a dog with its tail between its legs, and we ended up getting the faster speed for, I think it was like maybe a few months after that, and then it like started dipping again, and the reduced bill was a single free month of internet, so literally not enough to even impact them. It was I think the amount they lost in that one day that they paid, or that 1 month that they paid everyone in New York's internet bill, it was what they make in half of a day. So it really didn't make any sort of impact, and they immediately went back to shit. They put that shit in writing too, because the state wouldn't sue without that shit. Yeah. I'm starting to fall asleep, so I'm gonna lurk until Brian lulls me to sleep. I hope you all have a lovely time. Max, I hope that we're a good thing to listen to as you pass out here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for being a part of ours. But yeah, that was a weird thing that happened, and I oftentimes forget that it did, because my hatred for Spectrum's still there, but it's not quite like the burning white hot coal it used to be. where like I obsess over how much I hate Spectrum every single moment of the day because I've been away from it for so long. I've actually had a very positive internet experience with Greenlight. So yeah, we're all talking. Update on the pasta. I kind of made a dent, but I have to go put this away now. So BRB. All good. Totally understandable. I understand that pasta bloat that you get, like when you make a huge amount of pasta for yourself and you're like, cool, meal prep basically. But then you like just eat it out of the like serving container and then you just like are like, I can't move for a week. Like there's no way that I'll be able to like move out of this seat ever again. That's every time I make pasta for myself is I'll be like, is half a box of spaghetti for one person too much? No. And then I do that. Literally what I've been doing this past hour. Yeah, I knew exactly that was happening because that's happened to me so often. I purposely make a lot of pastas so it can last me a few days. Yeah, I mean, pasta's so easy to store because it like takes a very long time to go bad. I made a box of mac and cheese with tomatoes and I ate the whole thing. That sounds good. That sounds like something. Here's the thing. I, even though I don't eat mac and cheese that often just because of lactose intolerance, I do always just, like, one box of Kraft mac and cheese is not enough. That is, like, you have to eat the whole box. Like, that is one. It does not matter what the nutrition label on the back says. I think that's a lie, a bold-faced lie to our faces. A box of Kraft mac and cheese is for one person. 100%. I can devour an endless amount of goulash, but there's always more when I have it. Anyway, I love goulash. Goulash is so good. I actually almost ordered goulash the other night from a diner nearby. Makes even more sense if you see the photo I posted in the pic/gifs chat on Discord. I also ate steak, so there's that too. Rip my stomach. Oh my gosh. A feast, though. A feast fit for royalty. Pasta salad I make in huge batches, and it never lasts more than a couple of days because I will just sit and eat it. I do the same thing, Corey. Every summer, I actually didn't do, this was the first summer I didn't do it. But every summer, I buy like a bunch of fresh ingredients to make homemade pasta salad, and I will cook an entire box of spiral pasta or penne and just mix it up in a huge fucking pot and basically just have like endless Tupperwares in my fridge. And I'll be like, cool, that's like a week's worth of food. And it's gone by like day 3, like easy. It's so easy to just sit down and eat a massive amount of pasta salad. A feast indeed. Okay, BRB for real this time. All good. Serving sizes are a joke. How the heck am I only supposed to eat a third cup of pasta and feel full? Right? Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. And I get that that's more for like new people who keep track of like nutrition. But like, I don't know. Don't call it a serving size because I'm going to eat way more than that. Very true. Why else would a box of mac and cheese all fit in one normal size bowl? Right! That's actually a great point. Serving sizes are suggestions in my mind. Exactly. That's the way I like to look at it as well, Kymarant. That's great. Yo, what's up, Steelers fan? Welcome to the stream. Hi. Welcome. Just to give you a heads up, I probably won't be streaming too much longer here because I actually have other work that I need to get done as well. But again, I hope for those of you who came expecting horror games tonight, I'm so sorry. The internet did not cooperate with us, but I hope that you still had fun. I hope that we were able to salvage an evening out of this. I've been having fun chatting about whatever. It's definitely taken my mind off of a lot of the stress of coming back and trying to catch up on a week plus worth of work, which has been my life for the past like 72 hours. It's just been doing only work, which is fine because like I am doing it at my own pace, and it's well, mainly my own pace, but overall it hasn't been too bad. It's just been tiring, you know. Okay, I'm back. I've acquired a robe and some Red Bull because it's only 8:33 p.m. Nice. I like the boxes like Annie's pasta that state both a servings nutrition and what the whole box is. That is my favorite trend. I tell Morgan that all the time. That is my favorite trend that food labels have started doing is you can see what a portion is if you're someone who's like trying to cut back or whatever. Totally valid. That is just something like a lot of us are trying to be better at. And if you're not, hell yeah, live it up. You know, life's only so long. But I do like that they're now showing, like, this is what one serving size is. Approximately 2.5 servings in this box. But here is what is in the box. Here is how many calories are in the box. Here is how much, sugar's in this box, whatever. I love that because I'll be like, yo, a whole fucking, like, little microwavable, like, frozen, like, Michelina's TV dinner. That's not that many calories. That's actually, like, a okay size for a meal by itself. Like, all right, cool, I'll eat that. You know, like, that's kind of dope. I thought you said that you were committed to your new schedule of going to bed earlier. I'm trying to. I've actually been getting up a lot earlier than I normally do, which has been actually great. And hopefully we're getting earlier and earlier as Morgan and I keep adjusting in that direction. But tonight might be a little bit later, which sucks because I have to get up super early tomorrow. But because we have like check-in and tech check and shit like that. But, and again, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to be on the official Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links channel tomorrow doing a VIP invite Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament. It kind of sucks, though, because I got a little bit hamstringed by the Yu-Gi-Oh! Team because I did the Pendulum Arc 5, like, mechanics in the big, like, announcement stream that I got to be the host of. And that was, like, really fun, because, like, I got to do that with Ethan, and then the other guy, Nanogenics, was really nice as well. But because of that, I'm working with the team at Yu-Gi-Oh! And Konami that want me specifically to use the Pendulum summoning mechanic, which is brand new, and I do understand it, but I don't fully understand it yet. I don't have, like, I don't have as much practice with it as I do with, like, my Blue Eyes White Dragons deck and stuff like that. So they want me, though, to use it so that I can be like, yeah, I'm highlighting, like, the Pendulum summoning mechanics and all the cool new cards that you can unlock and shit. Except during the practice match that I had earlier today, I got one tapped. I got one shot killed by my opponents both times. Which is instantly eradicated because I don't know how to play Pendulum as well yet, but they really, really want me to show it off. So I'm like, this isn't the best way for us to show this off if I'm just immediately getting fucking eradicated. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. I might get knocked out of the tournament first, but that might actually be a good thing because I don't know if that means I get to leave earlier and then maybe deal with my internet tech that's coming out in a more timely manner. I'm not gonna, like, throw or anything, but, like, also, I don't have super high hopes, because I was playing against a guy who plays, this is just geeky talk now at this point, but, like, those of you who play Yu-Gi-Oh!, they play a My Valentine Harpy deck, and this dude that I was playing against summoned 3 Harpies his first turn with different spell cards he had, and then got to tribute summon them and bring out a Harpy that had 28 base attack, and then he buffed it to like 32 and killed me in 2 turns before I could even get more than one Pendulum monster out. So yeah, that was pretty intense. It was quick. How are those LMNT drink packets? Oh yeah, oh my god, you've been getting ads for them every day since I got the package. I never talked about those. Oh shit. So those of you who missed it, LMNT is a brand, literally just the letters LMNT, that sent me a random care package, PR package of their products. They're supposed to be electrolyte drinks, and they had different flavors, but all of them were like something salt. So it was like strawberry salt, lemon salt, watermelon salt, and they had this, Lineage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh my god. They should do a crossover with that branding. That would be a great meme. But they sent me like fucking, I don't know, like 30 packages, and they have this slogan of "Stay salty," and I was like, oh man, they're really pushing the salt thing. But I bet it's like, it's gonna taste like maybe like a Gatorade with like a little bit of salt in it or some shit like that, is what I thought. By the way, hi to anyone joining in. I'm just warning you all that it is sort of near the end of the stream, but thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you a lot. It's pronounced element according. Yeah, that's oh, it's not element T. Got it. It's just element. That's kind of dumb. they should spell it different then, because it does seem like LMNT, like element T, which is a cool name if they did that. But all right, whatever. They sent me like 30 of them, so I tried them, and they're not great. They're not paying me, and I didn't agree to any sort of like brand deal with them or anything. They just sent me a nice care package, so that part was really nice. Like a lot of generosity for them sending me like 30 packets, 40 packets of this shit. Is it like drinking fruity ocean water? You can't taste the fruit at all. It's drinking a glass of salt water. It's just drinking the ocean water part. So yeah, it's one of those things where I was so sad, and now I don't know what I'm going to do with 40 packets of salt. They're just like in my pantry. But I was like, yeah, it's just going to taste like Gatorade with like a tiny bit of like salty flavoring. Like that sounds like a great electrolyte beverage. No, it's just it did not matter how much water I mixed in either. Like I used the biggest glass in my kitchen, and then I drank half of it and was like, oh, this is not good. I gotta try more. Maybe it gets better as I keep drinking it. And then I drank like half the glass, and then I poured more water in, which was more water than they recommended. And it still just tasted like I accidentally, like, my head dunked under a wave in the ocean and my mouth was open. So I was really sad about that. Can I donate it? Maybe, because it is all sealed. Like, all the packets are individually sealed, so maybe I would be able to donate it. I don't know who would want that or need it. I think, like, maybe people with, like, salt deficiencies, like sodium deficiencies, like, maybe that. But, is saltier food now? Honestly, it might, yeah, I don't know. Finally a beverage fit for the League of Legends community, yeah. Stay salty, guys. It's supposed to be for ketogenic diets to help with electrolytes, according to the ads as well. Yeah, I know that there's like a lot of science behind it. Where like I can see the practical implications of it, but as like a regular consumer product, I don't know if I can recommend it very much. I want to use it to make elementary cooking TikToks as a joke. I mean, go for it. I'm going to bow out. The pasta is solidifying in my stomach. Oh, gosh, and creating a food coma. That is the way it always goes. Lucky Lavender, you did it to yourself, but we appreciate you dropping by for a majority of the stream. Thanks so much for hanging with us, seriously. Can you add some to juice instead? Mask the salt? That's actually not a bad idea. Maybe cutting it with, like, if I get, like, a super sweet juice, then it might even out a little bit more. But I almost feel like it would taste... It is, guys, it is so salty that I feel like it doesn't matter what I add it to. If I had like a glass of like straight from concentrate orange juice, or like the sweetest, like most sugary apple juice out there, and I put this stuff in it, I feel like it would just feel like a middle schooler pranked me. Had just like when I wasn't looking, it was like, oh man, I gotta go to the bathroom, and then like they like ran up and went and just like sprinkled a shit ton of salt into my drink. He's gonna really, really dislike this one. That's what I feel like it would taste like, because it's like somehow saltier than like regular salt and stuff. How was everyone's day? My day wasn't great. It was very busy, but it wasn't horrible either, I gotta say. Yuck, salty orange juice. Yeah, I can't imagine that it would taste very good, but I don't know. He got him. Got him! You went on a lovely trip to the ER instead. Oh my gosh, Pyro, I'm so sorry. I hope that you are feeling a lot better now. And I hope that whatever the issue was is something that they were able to figure out for you. Because that really sucks. That's really not fun. PTSD of working at Pizza Hut and kids would keep unscrewing the lids of salt, so when someone went to use it, it just poured salt everywhere. God, that was one of the most annoying pranks when I was a kid. And, like, I had friends or, like, people who, like, I knew who did that and would, like, brag about it. I was like, dude, that's such a dick move because you're literally just making a worker's job way harder now. And then they, like, have to restock the salt and stuff. Like, that's a pain in the ass. Like, you just, like, really... That was, like, an annoying thing that people did. Classic prank, but annoying. Very annoying and mainly just disruptive. But I'm sorry that you... sorry that you have to deal with... Probably having flashbacks. You're just sitting there enjoying your food, and you see a kid reach for the salt shaker, and you're just, no! But then they actually, like, put it on their food. We'll get one of those filter straws, and bam. I mean, if I got the filter straw, though, wouldn't it, like, defeat the purpose of even putting the stuff in it at all? I don't know. It's one of those things where I was like, ooh, yeah, cool new product. Maybe I'll get to, like, promo this, and we can, like, work together on branded content or like a sponsored stream or something. And then I was like, no, I can't. I really can't recommend this to people. It's not my... I mean, who knows? Maybe you guys would like it. Some of you are weird. Yeah, it's something that's happened before. We were just worried it was an issue with new medication, but thankfully it isn't. It's something I've dealt with. It's just a pain in the ass for a few days. Went to the ER mostly just to be safe. Okay, well, I'm glad that you kept yourself safe. I'm glad that it wasn't anything that ended up becoming, like, super severe or anything. Pyro, we're really happy that you're in a healthier spot now. That's good. I don't like it, but you might. Yeah, I mean, listen, that is like, how many times is there paid promotion for something where someone's like, yeah, I don't really like this thing. I got this free product in the mail and I don't really like it, but maybe some of you out there will. Like that, I'm still fulfilling, scratching the back of the brand a little bit because I'm still like, oh, man, maybe give it a try if you see it in the store. But like, I personally, it's not for me. If you like eating salt, boy, do I have a drink for you. If you've ever been like, man, I'm thirsty, I hope I can drink something that makes me more thirsty. LMNT for you. It has 1,000 milligrams of sodium. Yes. Yeah, it has 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That is not a joke. It is like a bajillion % of your daily sodium intake. I could feel my capillaries and arteries shrinking as I drank it. It was very intense. It is, like I said, I drank some of it. I was like, I gave Morgan this look, and she's like, what, is it bad? And I was like, it's fucking horrible. And she was like, oh God, just dump it out. And I was like, no, I gotta keep drinking. Maybe it gets better. And I just like kept drinking it, and it got down to half of my glass. Huge glass, biggest glass I have in my kitchen. And I filled it back up with water. So it was technically like a quarter of the like recommended dose serving size in this fucking thing. And it still was not good. It actually was, I'd go as far as saying it was horrible. So yeah, use it to gargle when your throat is hurting. Actually not a bad idea. That is actually not a terrible idea. Maybe it gets better. No, yeah, it's not great. Possum Gamer, hello, hi, welcome to the end of the stream. I'm just warning you, we're probably wrapping up here in a few minutes, but thank you so much for dropping by. The ad says it's a tasty electrolyte drink. It misled me. It's a tasty electrolyte drink if you've never tried salt in your life and you're like really trying to change your lifestyle. Things like that never get better as you go on. Yeah, it's like a famous last words moment for sure. Hey, chat, it's been a bit. How are we? Hello, Leet. Welcome to the stream, or the last few minutes of the stream, but hello. We're doing all right. We're hanging out. We kind of got a little bit disrupted in our plans. Tonight, we were supposed to be doing some Little Nightmares 2, and then my internet decided to take a big poop. But we are here. Oh my God, Ina! Thank you very, very much. God, good God. That's a lot. Thank you very, very, very much for 12 months to Leet. Make sure you're saying thank you to Ina. Enjoy the emotes. Enjoy the sub badge for the next year. Thank you so, so much, Ina. That's really sweet of you. Unbelievably, like, an unbelievable amount of support. Thank you so much, Ina. It's so kind. Ina is MVP. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's so kind. It's keto friendly. Is it? New LMNT, the new way to prevent dry socket after dental surgeries. There's a crowd there for that, though. There's an audience there for that. I think that instead of being like, it's an electrolyte drink, I think if they start, what was it that was mentioned before? Like, it's meant for people who, like, are in ketosis or something. But then also, there are people who have, like, sodium deficiencies. Like, they need extra sodium in their diets. Morgan was telling me, like, when she was growing up, she, like, had, like, low sodium levels and stuff. So maybe they can market it to those people, or maybe, like, honestly, like, be like, hey, nobody likes to just use, like, the regular Morton's salt from their pantry to gargle with that their parents have had in there for 12 years. How about you try LMNT and get a tiny, very faint fruit flavoring amongst the onslaught of sodium that you will get in your mouth? Or maybe. Is that 2-year-long gifted subs? Yes. That is a lot. Or was that, I know, was that 2 or 3 this stream? That's so much. Backed by science. Tastes like shit. Yeah, pretty much. Gonna cry. Oh, lead. Meredith, thank you so much for the 11-month resub. That's really nice of you. Thank you. Almost a full year here as a sub. Thank you so much for that. That's so cool. 3, oh my God, Ina, that's so much. Thank you so much. Seriously. Thank you for that support. That's really cool of you. Meredith, thank you so much for your resub. That's huge. It reminds me I have to buy more salt. Corey, have you thought about checking out LMNT? They have a raw and flavored flavor. Yeah, they do. They actually included, I think that's the one they sent the most of to me, because they sent me a variety pack of like 20 or something like that. And then they sent me like the classic, like 20 big packs that I was like, what am I? After I tried the first one, because I tried a fruit flavored one. I tried like the citrus salt one, being like, oh, citrus is like a really strong flavor. It's going to cut the salt. And then, no, it didn't. And I was like, what am I going to do with like 20 like raw, like just salt flavored salt packets? Like, what am I going to do with this? Sounds super tasty. Yummy salt drink. Yeah. Streamer has it raw. Oh God. Can you use it to season your food? We were debating that a moment ago, but it is somehow like saltier than regular salt. It is like a very intense experience. Dichotomy, hello, hi. Welcome to the last few minutes of the stream. Really appreciate everyone who's joining tonight. A bit of a quieter night because we didn't get to do what we wanted to do. I feel like if we had been doing gameplay, like, we would have seen more people pop in. But those of you who did share your night and decided to stick around and still had fun just chatting, you are amazing. You're literally the MVPs. You are the reason, like, I had to fill out a Twitch survey recently talking about, like, my experience as a streamer. And one of the questions that was asked was actually, do you have, like, a core group of viewers that shows up no matter what you stream or what you do? And I didn't even have to think about it. Instantly, I was like, yeah, there are people here who come by for anything that I do, whether it's like 30 people listening to me rant with a just chatting screen up, or it's, like 100 people watching me get my face scared off by a horror game. People are incredible here. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate that a lot. Ina! Oh my God, Ina! Ina. Oh my God. I used a strike on you earlier this stream, so I can't use another one. But thank you so much for a full year to Possum Gamer. Again, to anyone who's getting stuck with a full year here, I am going to do my best to not get canceled. I promise I will do my best to not get canceled, okay? I can't guarantee it, but I'm promising I'm at least trying not to get canceled so that you're not stuck with a sub you can't use. That's my only motivation as a streamer, is to not get canceled. Just imagine me holding a gun to all of you as I force you all to stay sub to Brian. Brian, you better not. I'm doing my best. You know, I haven't said anything too stinky. If you get canceled, so do we. Yeah. People will see that little Eevee badge next to your name. They'll be like, oh my God. Toxic streamer makes promises he might not be able to keep. I know. What can I say? Now I'm going to cancel you? What the hell? It was all a setup from the beginning. It's so you could get that cool sub badge, be sub for a year, and then just set me up for failure. Unbelievable. Yeah, I know. That was very sweet. Thank you so much. Like, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for supporting me. But more importantly, like, thank you so much for welcoming someone in as a sub, allowing them to feel really included with, sub badges and emotes and stuff. That's really sweet of you. Thank you very, very much. Ina, can I be a lackey helping keep those subbers subbed? Listen, Dichotomy, you're another person who's done, like, an unbelievable amount. There's a ridiculous amount of generosity in this community. And, again, some of you guys have given that just by view time. Like, some of you have probably, like, a bajillion, like, watch hours at this point. I know that there's people who watch these streams who have literally been here since before I went full time. And that's something that means a lot. That's, like, a really cool thing. You're screwed, Brian. You're all right. Any sentence that starts with that. You're screwed, Brian. You're going to have to make sure you don't get canceled now. Oh my gosh. I'm on my toes. Who, me? What? I talk to you on Twitter sometimes, but I don't always get to make streams. Well, thank you so much for dropping by for a little bit. I appreciate anyone who, like, interacts with me anywhere. It's really weird, honestly. I've had this talk with, like, a few people, friends who do content creation as well full time, and like Morgan and stuff, my therapist, etc. It's kind of weird because, like, there was a time a few years ago where I could not reply to everyone on social media. And I still, like, I don't check social media as often as I used to. If anything, I think I'm on it the least I've ever been in my life this year. Lately, I've just been, like, I'll tweet something out and I'll like a couple tweet replies and I'll move on from it. I don't talk to as many people as I used to, just because I have, like, more things to do outside of just posting on social media. And so I stay busy, and I also just am not on my phone quite as much, which I think is good for my own mental health. But there was a time, like, years ago, I physically could not reply to everyone. The amount of people who would tweet at me a day was massive compared to what it is right now. But I will say this at least. Even if I don't interact with a reply that you've sent, I see almost all replies. I don't see every single one because, again, I'm just not checking my notifications that often. But I do see a majority of the replies that come through on social media. Those of you guys who interact with me over there, like, thank you so much. It's so nice. Twitter is a hell site. It constantly feels poopy. But to know that there's a group of people who are watching what I'm doing and involved and excited and enthusiastic, that's something that, like, you can't take away that joy from me. That's something that, like, sticks with me forever. Interactions that I have, like, Possum, you're definitely someone that I notice in my replies, and that's really nice. That's honestly way healthier. Yeah, I feel like being less attached to my phone has been a huge thing for my brain. But reconciling that, like, difference in activity in the community with the fact that I'm, if anything, I am more successful as a full-time streamer now than I was, or full-time content creator than I was years ago, is such a weird thing to see. But it also makes me realize that some of those, like, people who were around back in the day, who were there, like, when I was, like, a little bit more trendy, a little bit more, like, involved in, like, bigger creator circles and stuff like that, like, they absolutely are appreciated for, like, the time that they spent, but maybe they weren't as invested. Whereas, like, when we have these small hangouts here, like, we're doing sub 50 viewers and whatever, it does really make me appreciate, like, the idea of community a lot. Those of you who come out, those of you who hang out here, you feel comfortable enough talking, or even if you're someone who's been lurking for a while, who just likes to listen in on the conversations, might be sitting there laughing your butt off, without ever letting us know that you're doing that. That's really fucking cool. Like, it feels really intimate. It feels very comfortable. It feels like I'm definitely at this point where I'm making the type of content that's, like, the most authentic version of myself. This is like really, really nice. Hey, did you know that Markiplier is hosting you? Yeah, don't miss seeing that. Yeah, that was another thing too, is like a big part of the reason that we had such huge viewers back in the day was Mark hosted every single stream that I did. He like went out of his way to do that. And we'd have like very often like 200 viewers, 300 viewers here in the stream. But not like a lot of them would be talking, besides like a lot of you regulars. And then the people who would normally be like, hey, did you know Markiplier is hosting your channel? Or like, hey, I showed up for Mark's stream. Why are you here? And we had like so fucking many of those. And it wasn't like genuine interactions, you know? And like sometimes like we'd do the like, who's Mark Ipler Facebook cook joke. And then sometimes we'd like genuinely try to like welcome them into the community. And a lot of the times they were those people who were like, oh, that's cool. I'll follow you. And they'd follow me, and then they would never show up to another stream. And that's bound to happen. That's not something I'm like, oh, no. Like, I never lament numbers anymore. That's something that I hope people realize. It's more of the amount of interaction in general of, like, can I, like, talk to people? Like, did someone write back something to me that I can, like, reply to? Or was it something funny that I can, like, hit like on that, like, because it made me laugh or something? That's more of, like, the metric that I look at things. Way more than numbers. Like, I just don't like look at stats as much anymore. Like, I kind of do not care. Like, outside of the sub count that, like, the sub goal that we have, like, numbers are not like a big thing. Like, yes, I'd like to grow. Like, we have a very obtainable goal of like trying to hit 22,000 followers before the end of the year. But that's just because it's fun to celebrate milestones with you guys. But at the end of the day, it's because this community would get to celebrate something together. Like, that's the part that I like the most, is like, we get to do stuff together. The community aspect, the communication, the involving each other, those shared experiences, those memories that we get to take on with us into the future. Those are the things that are the most special to me. And I think I'm sort of tailoring my own content in that way. Am I making content that everyone out there is going to like in the mainstream, or even people who are, you know, into my friends? Probably not. I make pretty bizarre fucking niche content. I have a weird sense of humor. I'm like an odd personality in general. Like, I'm hard to get along with, whatever. But that's who I am, and I'm like really comfortable with that, and I'm very comfortable making the type of content I make now. And I, again, answering that question in the survey where it was like, do you have regulars who will like come to any type of stream regardless of what you're streaming? I was like, yeah, I have that. And that's what a real community is that core group of people, those of you who found me and liked what you heard or saw or whatever. You guys have really changed my life in like a cool way. I'm so happy about it, and I'm really, really appreciative of being able to do that. Still making a living, except now, not that I was like playing stuff I hated playing back when I was doing like YouTube frequently, or the beginning of my stream career or anything like that, but it's like now it is just like fully just comfortable me. I'm the most comfortable I've been on camera, I think. I'm the most comfortable I've been on a microphone. You know, streaming, making video content, whatever, versus before I was like, I want to present myself a certain way. It's still an aspect of who I am. It is who I am, but it's me holding back a little bit. And now I feel, you know, nice and chill. Have a great time with you guys. Thank you again. Like, you guys know, I started this stream out like in kind of a shitty mood because my expectations were sort of dashed. With the internet being bad to me here. Not feeling that at all anymore. Whatever happens tomorrow with the Yu-Gi-Oh thing happens. It's out of my control. I'm just having fun. You guys are great. You've been an awesome audience tonight to chat with. Honestly, I started watching from when Unis Honest ended and Ethan rated you, but your content and community is what really kept me around here. Storm, I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, Ethan has done me a lot of favors as far as like passing new viewers our way. Via raids or recommendations or whatever. I'm glad that I got to meet a lot of people who enjoyed Unis Honest as much as I did. It was a really special thing. We talked about it a lot when I was staying with Ethan this past week. So, yeah. This community really feels like home to me, more so out of the small handful that also feels like home. Y'all are the best, and I'm glad this galaxy of awesome coalesced around the awesomeness that is Brian. Oh, it's really nice of you. Thank you, Chronic. Definitely something to be said about having a community that is tight-knit and supportive. Absolutely. I'd much rather have what we have right now than, like, here's my thing, guys. We used to have hundreds of viewers a stream, which means that we can get back to that point. But instead of having a bunch of people who were asking if I knew Markiplier every 5 seconds in the chat, we're going to get to 200 viewers a stream where it's people all like you. People where who are ready to talk, or people who just enjoy the cozy vibes of lurking here, whatever. We're going to get that. We're going to build it back up the right way. It's going to be fantastic. And I'm so excited to share that with all of you. And yeah, it's awesome. It's a nice feel to like know what my direction is right now and what I want to do. And I had this talk with you guys, I think last night, and I had it a couple times with Ethan while we were out in LA, but I'm going to be returning to YouTube very soon, like very, very soon. Those of you who have been fans of mine since YouTube, I'm coming back to that. That's going to be very, very soon. I'll be making videos again. Kels Boo, thank you very much for the raid. I'm just going to let you know, unfortunately, you're raiding right as we're ending. But I appreciate it, and I hope that you had a wonderful stream on your end. Thank you so much for introducing your community to us. Brian, you already know how I feel about you in this community, but I'm going to force you to hear me out again. I'm absolutely grateful for this community and the impact that you and everyone has had on me. I can never do or say anything enough to express my eternal gratitude. And I just want you to know that since day one, you've done more than enough to make up for... Not make up, what am I saying? To basically express your gratitude. Just being a member of this community is something that is very special to me. It means a lot. Like, it really does. Thank you for being here. Came here after hearing, I think, Robin talk about you a couple of times. Was bored and decided to check you out, and you've been stuck with me ever since. Yeah, Robin, I love Robin so much, and that means a lot that he's been talking about me on streams and stuff like that. We're not, like, super, super close in the way that, like, we talk every day or anything like that. But Robin and I was, friends with Robin years and years ago. Like very shortly after he became Sean's editor. And we've always been super friendly to each other. We have very similar mindsets on a lot of things out there. And I was actually one of the first people that Robin came out to about being trans. And watching Robin's journey has been really wonderful. And I cannot wait until Robin feels comfortable calling himself she, her. Because I know that that's going to be like a personal decision that he's working with right now. But it's going to be a really exciting, amazing thing. Ina is legendary. Ina's GOAT. Hell yeah, guys. Ina appreciation, always. Followed you back years ago on YouTube, but I never actually came to a stream before a month or so ago, but I'm glad I did. Yo, that's so nice of you for checking out my original like YouTube stuff back in the day. It is very hard, I have to say, moving audiences between platforms, and I think I'm at the point where I've come to terms and come to peace with the fact that like Twitch is going to be like the main thing I focus on. Live content, just feeding off of like the energy of a live audience and being able to like bounce back and forth with you guys about conversations is something that like I think my personal like content approach is better suited for. But I don't want to ever say goodbye to YouTube. I want to continue to make YouTube videos, so I am going to return to it, but it's going to be at a much more measured pace than it was years ago. But I really appreciate that a lot. It is very hard, though, to get Twitch viewers to check out YouTube and YouTube viewers to check out Twitch. It's normally the people who have been around a while or like are really deeply entrenched in like the personality of the creator that they watch that will like be willing to do that. But I also understand time split wise, there is like, it is already hard enough to watch a YouTube video, but then to sit down and watch like a live stream for several hours, like that's a big ask. So I get that. I don't take that personally that I haven't been able to get like all 40,000 people over from YouTube to Twitch or anything like that. But, we're doing what we can. Gonna do a little bit more cross-promotion between YouTube and Twitch, just with the increase in YouTube videos that I'm gonna be doing. We'll see how it all goes, you know? I don't really have too many crazy expectations. I'm just trying to have fun and see how far this goes. Blame Ethan for me being here, I guess. Oh my god, Ina, also, Brookie, hello, hi, you're joining during the end of the stream, but you just got a year-long sub to the channel from Ina. Ina, thank you so very much. Brookie, enjoy that. You are someone who's been around for such a long time as well at this point that I just have to say how much I appreciate you. Thank you. We're soft hours like we do right now, but thank you very, very much for being here. And Ina, thank you. That was so sweet. That was really kind of you. It really is amazing watching his journey. So proud of him. Honestly, don't remember how your name came up, but I'm glad it did because I absolutely love it here. Corey, thank you so much for sharing this story. That means a lot. I might like message Robin after this. We'll see. Be like, hey, my community was giving me the dirt, the behind the scenes about you talking shit on me in your streams. What the hell? That's wonderful, though. Real soft boy hours? Yeah, absolutely. It was really funny because I think it happened at the same time. I'm pretty sure it was the same day. So we had like our own guest room in Ethan's house when we were staying with him and Mika last week, and so like I'd get ready. We had like our own private bathroom in there and everything like that, and so I'd get ready in like the room before I like came out into the main like living area to like talk to Mika and Ethan or anything like that. Like, you know, got ready for the day when we woke up. So I came out, and one of the days I came out and I was dressed in my soft boy shirt. I was wearing one of the Valentine soft boy shirts with the half heart, half skull design on it, where it has like the skulls down one sleeve and the hearts down the other, and then in the middle it's the two designs together with the soft boy logo. I love that shirt. Really comfortable, awesome shirt. It sucks that you guys can't get it anymore, but it's great. But I'm pretty sure I wore that one the same day he wore my ringer tee, actually. the EDU X ENT ringer tee. I'm pretty sure he wore that the same day. So that was really funny that we had like the same brain moment. I have the same one. It's such an aesthetic. I love it, Ina. That's like one of my favorite designs he's put out. I'm all in on those soft boy hours. I really appreciate all of you and the time I spend here in this community. Very grateful I came across this cozy space. I'm so happy that you're here. Like, honestly, Brookie, like, I'm so glad that you came through because of, like, the charity stuff. You've always been so generous with that and just generous with your time and your positive energy and attitude. Thank you. Friends supporting friends, gotta love it. Yeah. You forgot that was his merch line? Oh, how could you? It's really good. Merch, speaking of merch. Yeah, apparently Lizzie's marketing worked on Georgie Girl earlier. Because Georgie said that a ringer tee was going to be bought soon, which is cool. I hope anyone who buys the merch, thank you so much again, guys. We still have a decent number of the spring collection left, and we did do another restock of the classic collection. So if you guys want to buy either of those, you can check out the merch link and get whatever you want. It's sweater weather right now, so you know, grab some hoodies or whatever from the classic collection. I love that ringer tee, but it's too thin. I would be able to see my binder through it. Oh, yeah, that is one of the things is because it's white, it is a little bit see-through. It's not like super see-through, but it is, yeah, something that probably like a binder might show through. Fortunately, the pattern on the front is big enough that at least the front would be covered up, but yeah, it might be one that you would have to like layer or something. Too poor to buy any merch from anywhere, so I don't keep up. It's all good. Not me casually mentioning the merch to my mom when she asks about Christmas ideas. Oh, Sweater Weather, isn't that the song like 12 years old now? Is it? Oh my god, I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, chat, I talked too long. I have to go to bed early tonight because I have to wake up in the morning for the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, which is in, I think, 10 hours from now. And then I also have other work that I have to get done before I go to bed. So, or actually, now that I think about it, I probably could just save it for tomorrow. So, I might do that. Anyway, chat. I'm going to go ahead and end here, I think. Thank you very, very much. I remember finding you on YouTube through Ethan almost 5 years ago. No way. Finally checking you out on Twitch a couple years ago when Ethan plugged your St. Jude campaign. Now here we are. Crazy. Everyone's got like a wild backstory, and I appreciate that. Regardless of if you stumbled upon these streams randomly or if one of my friends sent you my way, you guys are all the best. Like, again, does your community show up? Like, do you have a core group of viewers that shows up no matter what you do? I instantly hit absolutely every time. Every single time. You guys are lovely. Anyway, chat, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I will hopefully see some of you. Actually, I don't know how much I'm going to be reading the chat of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament tomorrow, but if you do decide to drop by, enjoy watching me get absolutely demolished by... the people that I'm playing against, too, are, like, pros. I'm the most casual player out of anyone who's in the tournament. Everyone else who's there is, like, a hardcore, like, deck builder. Like, I'm like, I don't know what I'm fucking doing. So, don't expect too much. Get wrecked? Oh, I will. I absolutely will. Thank you again to anyone who dropped by and was able to sit through all this shit, because I know that I've spent so much of my time on this channel bitching about internet issues. But so any of you who stick through it and aren't like, wow, Brian is just like the most miserable fuck in the universe, you're wonderful for that. I'm so sorry we did have the internet issues that prevented us from being able to play games, but we'll hopefully hit some up. We'll do some games soon. A lot of horror games. Promising a lot of horror games coming up. As long as my internet provider can fix my internet and we don't have to resort to the screen. Again, whether we have 40 viewers here or if we have 400, I'm just fucking grateful for where I'm at in life. The fact I got to afford plane tickets to go see one of my best friends in the world, and the fact that I get to do this as a full-time job is something that not everyone in the world gets to say. I've gotten to do panels, I've gotten to do signings, I've gotten to do hosting gigs, I've gotten to work with giant companies that I grew up loving the games of. I'm a voice actor. Yeah, like, I'm in the credits of a video game as a voice actor. There's just so many amazing things I've gotten to do. So thank you so much. Like, we're going to see this community go places. I promise you. It's going to get crazy here. It's going to get huge. It's going to get fun. I mean, it is fun. How's that? It is fun, but it's going to get even more fun. Thank you so much. Anyway, chat, thank you very much for every follow, the subs, the resubs, the gifted subs. Holy shit. Ina, especially with the 12-monthers. Holy crap. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who's here. Hope that we have a good time. I cannot promise that I'm going to do anything tomorrow because I have the Yu-Gi-Oh thing and then Morgan has to stream and I have to get a sponsored obligation I pushed back a few days done. But Sunday, we are going to have a good no face cam, no expectations, no stress stream. Maybe more House Flipper, or maybe I'll move over to a spooky game and actually put the face cam on. We'll see. Regardless, thank you to every single one of you. Hopefully my internet's fixed by then. But thank you. I hope that you all had fun chatting. I hope that you all had fun just vibing here. If you are someone who lurked, you are fantastic for just hanging out, enjoying whatever energy you're able to take from what we do here. But yeah. Hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it may be for you. You guys are the best in the world. Love every single one of you so very much. I really, really do. Finger hearts as usual. You guys cannot see them, but I am doing them. I'll see you all in the next one. So take care, everybody. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.